A perfect autumn day in Melbourne for this critical round 9 clash. Yes, can the Demons recover from their devastating after the siren loss last week against Fremantle and get over the Kangaroos? Well, good afternoon and welcome. Saturday afternoon football from the MCG. And it's set Melbourne in 6th place on the AFL ladder with 5 wins after its opening 8 games, up against the Kangaroos, who sit just outside the 8 with 4 wins. And joining me, it's a good afternoon to Peter Dacos, and Dake's a critical game for both clubs.
It is, Michael. Good afternoon, everyone out there. And when you consider the fortunes of both teams last week, a very good victory by the Roos in Canberra versus Adelaide, an informed team, and then you consider the Demons going to Perth, a big ask of any team this season, going down right on the death knock in 4 quarters of solid football.
And both clubs have won just one of their last 3.
Well, it's interesting. I suppose their form has been a little bit up and down. Dennis Pagan playing funny buggers with his lineups.
Well, let's have a look at the teams, starting from the back line for the Kangaroos.
Well, Mick Martin is back, and certainly he's height to try and combat the height of the Demons with Bruce and Schwarz and Neitz and even the marking Vardy. Across half forward for the Demons, Cameron Bruce in fine form. James McDonald has been consistent, but David Schwarz, a huge key to the Melbourne team. Certainly his marking, his ability to bring players into the game with his physical presence, his finishing, and above all else, I love his body language. He loves the Demons.
And a great duel in the centre, Simpson against Woden.
Well, Simpson's probably been the Roos' best player this season, clearly, and Woden's form has been one of the reasons the Demons have been able to turn their season around. Across half forward, McCartney, well, he may line up in defence, but again, across half forward, Archer fine year, Grant back to some form, Ellis at centre half back, Ward back into the Demons today. And then you have across that forward line, Morrell has a big job out of the goal square. Robbins has been a fine inclusion since coming from the Brisbane Lions. Nicholson has had a fine year, so has Broadbridge. All important, Burton, big job today going in against Jeff White. One of the reasons Melbourne have turned their season around is this man, Jeff White. They played through him. In the end, Leoncelli, Powell have been good, but the man for the Roos back to some form is this man, Brent Harvey. Excellent last week. His ability to run and draw, carry the ball, kick goals, all important for the Roos. Consistency has to come into play.
And the interchange bench for the Kangaroos. Sav Rocker starting on the bench today, and for the Demons, Brad Miller starting on the bench in only his 2nd game for Melbourne. Well, it should be an enthralling duel as we look at this graphic. One area, Dakes, where the Kangaroos have dominated has been the clearances, #1 in the league.
Well, when you consider Spider Burton is the man that leads the charge there for the Roos, and you can understand why they're leading. Then you have Stevens at ground level, Grant at ground level, King, Harvey, the list goes on. But in the end, that's based on 75% of the balls not being rebounds.
As we look at Melbourne coming onto the ground this afternoon, and Daniel Ward back, he's a very good player across half-back for the Demons.
Well, he's a good running play, but this team now with a lot of players back in have been very good.
Well, let's go down to the boundary line. Christy Malthouse is with Melbourne coach Neil Danaher.
Thanks, Michael. Well, Neil, you said the disappointment from last week was going to spur the team on. Have you noticed that from the squad leading into this game?
Yeah, look, it's been a big build-up. It's an important game, obviously, for both teams, and I guess we just have to see how each team goes, but we're ready.
Jeff White has been on top in great form for you. How important is it to have him firing again today?
Oh, look, today he's up against both Spider and Porter, so he's got a huge job today. It turned out a magnificent day, so out of the middle is going to be really important. But, yeah, Jeff's been really good for us.
Adem Yze, 150 games, hasn't missed a game since you've been coach. It's a great achievement, isn't it?
No, it's a great achievement. It's a testimony to he's always training. He's carried a lot of injuries. He's, even though he's seen as a classy player, he's very mentally strong and mentally tough, and hopefully he's at his best today.
Great, thanks, Neil. Good luck. Michael.
Melbourne coach Neil Danaher, as we look at the Kangaroos coming onto the ground, and Dakes, they get back some real experience today, Mick Martin and John Blakey.
Well, it's good to see, but in the end, look, they came back to some form, as we made mention last week. Every week seems to be a real slog for the Roos, and as we made mention, a lot of the star players were read the riot act by Dennis Pagan. They certainly came back to some form last week. They have to continue with though.
And as we look at Adem Yze plays game number 150 for the Melbourne side, and today he'll be hoping that it's going to be one of his best.
It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag. It's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of... So join in the chorus and sing it one and all. Join in the chorus, the Roos are on the ball.
Welcome back to the MCG. Big game this afternoon, Melbourne and the Kangaroos. And it's a good afternoon for the first time, Steve Silvani. And Steve, looking forward to a great game.
Yeah, I am, Michael. Certainly it should be an enthralling contest. Both sides have much at stake, but obviously Melbourne, coming off that heartbreaking loss last week, will really need to be fired up early on. And North, well, they need a win to secure a spot in the top 8.
We'll have a look at some matchups in a moment. Let's go back down to the boundary line, and good afternoon again to Christy Malthouse.
Thanks, Michael. Well, how lucky are we? We've got the sun back, we've got blue skies, there's only a slight breeze and rain isn't expected at all. The ground is a little bit slippery from some wet weather during the week, but basically great conditions for football yet again. I'm quickly going to run through the benches. The Kangaroos, Harris, Porter, Rocker and Harding. And if you read Melbourne's bench, well, you'd think that Sac Victorian Bushrangers bowler Colin Miller was playing for them, because it reads Thompson, Robertson, Funky Miller. Michael.
Oh, fantastic stuff, Christy Malthouse. Well, players taking their position. Steve, what about the matchups today?
Yeah, well, I think one of the key players for Melbourne is David Yze, certainly their captain. He's been fairly quiet over the last couple of weeks, and I'm expecting Michael Martin to pick him up. Certainly, Martin's a key defender down in the back half of the Roos.
Sauce, do you think the Demons may have an advantage with hiding their forward line going in against the Roos defence?
Well, certainly it's one of their strengths. Schwarz and also Yze are two key position players who provide a lot of presence up there, so obviously they're a crucial part to the Demons.
Yes, all in readiness. Bit of cloud cover, but all in all, a beautiful autumn day here in Melbourne. And these sides, a lot up for grabs this afternoon. Melbourne in 6th position, and the Kangaroos just outside the 8. We're underway here at the MCG. Ineffective ruck play. Chance for Johnstone. Taken high. No free kick. Secondary bounce.
Interesting. McCartney back on David Schwarz inside 50, the Melbourne forward line. And Mickey Martin, as made mention by Steve Silvani. Yze out of the goal square.
Bounce. Again, ineffective play. Leoncelli couldn't control it. Robbins at ground level. Stevens tried to scramble it forward. First effective kick comes to Powell towards Green. Can't quite handle the ball. Blakey fighting hard back in the side this afternoon. Yze in game number 150. Half forward. McCartney in hard. Chance for Leoncelli. Good desperate play by King. And a ball up. No, he's been pinged. So a free kick coming to Melbourne. David King. Plenty of controversy and speculation about whether he might start on the bench again today, but he has started on the ground. But Leoncelli a chance, Steve, from directly in front to put the first score of the match on the board.
And I guess that free kick was given because David King brought the ball into him and didn't try and hit the ball out, and the umpires ruled that as holding the ball.
The other option for David King would have been to have kept his line and just kicked it off the ground and gone towards the boundary. I suppose it's a lot easier now that it's all said and done. Chance for Leoncelli.
He'll kick from 45 metres. Deliberate. Drop punters straight. Demons on the board here at the MCG. So first blood to Melbourne, and a good start, Steve Silvani.
Always nice to get the first goal, and Andrew Leoncelli, who actually hit the ball on there, created the effort, a second effort to tackle David Kidd and got rewarded with a free kick. But Leoncelli, a crucial part to this Melbourne side, and he needs to play a big game today for the Demons to get over the line.
Well, Jeff White out of the middle, allowing the Demons to move it forward. Good start. Leoncelli's form also. Huge improvement for Neil Danaher, along with Woden. And then you top that up with Stevie Powell. You can understand why there has been improvement in this Demon team. Burton, hand to it, comes down. King was there again. Archer, as you'd find him. And Shannon Grant wrapped up by Cameron Bruce. We have another bounce.
Young Ward has got a big job on Byron Pickett today. He's picked him up.
So players just repositioning. Leoncelli and Stevens should be a good duel. Again, big job. Burton, Pickett combining. It'll come down. Spider has to shepherd. Robbins goes in. Too high, no. Accidental. Yze slaps it forward. D's into attack. Makepeace did well. The ball was at his feet. Into half forward. Pickett Back to some form last week. Takes it. Allows himself a bit of time. Will go around and take a bounce. Great to watch. Good kick. Clayton's got it. So that's the type of form Byron Pickett has to produce. And in the end, Shane Clayton, who's become a bit of a goal kicker sauce in recent weeks, comes up and has a go from just inside 50, 45-degree angle.
Yep, he spent some time on the bench over the last few weeks, but he is a goal kicker. And it was actually great play by Colbert there that actually put a block on that allowed Kickett to get a kick away and actually pinpoint Clayton.
So a team that does rely on their midfield for a lot of their goals. They average 14 goals per game as Clayton sends that home, and it's a goal to the Roos. We're tied up.
Back in the centre, a goal apiece in the early stages. Kangaroos through King, Burton, handball to Robbins, who's been a good acquisition for the Kangaroos in season 2002. Kick out wide, Morrell, Nicholson did well, got a fist in there and got it over the boundary line.
Going to be a tough day for Morrell. Nicholson's been in great form and he's a Dow defender.
Morrell has to keep moving and pushing out of that goal square, take one of the tools of the Demons away, and then someone for the Kangaroos has to slot in that central position.
The big match-up is Whelan on Archer also.
Left half forward for the Kangaroos. White can't get it clear. It's tough inside the packs.
Too high. Robbins, no.
Bounce.
He has been very good. Sauce. Excellent inclusion in the Kangaroo lineup.
He has. He's had a pretty good year.
And Glenn Archer, as we come to expect, again, starting as a forward, but he starts all over the place.
Archer knocks it to King from 45. Drop punt on its way. Oh, it's close. He's missed. So, Kangaroos advance to 1-1-7. Melbourne kicked the first goal of the game. 1 goal straight 6. 5 minutes into this first quarter.
Good sign for the Kangaroos. David King, who really hasn't had too many shots at goal over the last few weeks, got an early shot on him then, so it's a good sign for the Roos.
Whelan to bring it in for the Demons, always a good sign on kick-ins. Goes in long, sitting underneath it. Morrell slapped back well by Leoncelli, followed it up. Alice has gone, dropped it in the end. Teague through the pack was good last week. Well done, Johnstone. Slaps it up. Powell met by McCartney. Pretty tough game of football at the moment. Robbins goes in, make pieces there. Important player, make piece for the Roos. Into half forward, Archer. Slap down. Stevens player on the outside, running through the corridor. King should finish. 35 out, and he misses again. So 2 gettable goals for David King. And it's 1-2-8 Roos. The Demons 1 straight 6.5 minutes first quarter.
Yeah, pretty good signs. David King, 2 shots at goal. Really should have put that one through, Dakes. A pretty standard goal for David King.
And kick out to James McDonald. He had to wait for it, but he's good enough to get around Clayton. Kick to Leoncelli. Just outside defensive 50. Loose player in the centre was ignored. Kick towards Bruce. Good strong chest mark.
Great grab.
Great mark.
Bruce kicks out wide. Johnstone's made position. Left half forward. Chance here for the Demons. Kick inside attacking 50. Oh, almost a clever mark taken by Vardy. And recovers. Kicks to the goal square. Schwarz. No, it's out on the full. What a duel that'll be. Schwarz and McCartney. A couple of tough nuts there. McCartney. Penetrating kick onto the chest of Archer at half-back.
So Archer well down the ground, over the top. Shannon Grant will take it and run. Little bit of space. Takes a bounce just to balance up. Has a good look up the ground. Into half forward we go. Burton's there. Spider had to jump in the end. Comes down again. Numbers. Whelan. Powell. Has to find someone. King can let him down. Goes in beautifully. The set is neat and he's got it. No, dropped it. Does well with time. Goes back looking for Schwarz. McCartney and Schwarz. Too easy.
Too strong.
Great use of the body by David Schwarz. And that's why this man will become a key in this game. Too strong, too big. And in the end, the timing just right for this mark.
It was terrific play by this fellow. David needs to work quite hard up the field. He provided 2 options and got the ball into David Schwarz, who was just too strong.
Can he finish? Schwarz, he can. He's kicked his first. The D's have their second.
So, the Demons in front. by 4. White gets it down. Oh, indiscriminate kick. There's surely a free kick to Stevens. And Anthony Stevens takes it. Support provided by Simpson. He drives it inside attacking 50. Fist coming from Nicholson at ground level. Bruce. Nicholson does well, knocks it towards White, but Morrell applied some good pressure. Eventually, Melbourne work it to Bruce. And a loose player on the wing is Vardy. He can run. Vardy looking for Green over to his head. Schwarz and McCartney again. Oh, look out at the back. Baird read it well. He's been a good player for the Kangaroos. Baird, oh, he mucked it up this time straight to Schwarz. Little fumble. Got plenty of time. Loose player across the ground. Does it get through? No. Well done by Teague. And I'm sure he'll work it to the line. He does.
Was terrific play by Teague. He was running with the flight of the ball. Always difficult to do that as a defender, but just managed to get his fist onto the ball and create the spoil.
Melbourne by 4 points. 2 goals straight, 12.
Unlucky not to
get the free kick.
Neitz and Martin. Leoncelli can't control it. Stevens keeps his feet. Neitz tries to knock it out, but another boundary throw in.
Working hard, the Melbourne forwards, to keep the ball alive in their forward 50. Always a good sign.
So ball to come in. Demons taking their chances at the moment. They lead by 4 points. Ball comes in. Schwarz will wrestle. Third man there was Broadbridge. Pushes the ball towards the boundary, takes it and then kicks it back to the hot spot. Oh, mark.
Great grab.
Ward, and he was off too. Benefit of the doubt going with it. Ward. So Daniel Ward has the opportunity for Melbourne Sudan. You'd expect him to kick from here. But again, great centre by Broadbridge, the backman, well down the ground.
Spot on there, Dates. The centre was crucial, and the Melbourne forwards all knew it was going to be centred. Broadbridge made the ground.
So the easy part for Ward, and he finishes. Goal number 3 to the D's.
10 points, the Demon advantage. Yze scrambles it out of the centre. Inside attacking 50. Chance Green. Was he pushed in the back? No. Makepeace. Good pressure coming from Johnstone. Baird under pressure. Free kick. Coming back to the Kangaroos. It looks like Makepeace.
I'd like to see Glenn Archer back there. We are only 12 minutes into this first quarter, but certainly he's bullocking and his ability to bring the ball to the ground, all important going in against the Demon Talls.
Searching kick. Intercepted by Yze. Important player in this Melbourne side. To White. He props. Neitz. Falls over. Now a chance for Martin. Good effort though by Neitz. Partly smothered. Ball close to the line and over. Good pressure from the Melbourne forward, Steve, to keep it in their attacking half.
Yeah, and you mentioned David Neitz there. He's working very hard. He's creating the options up there, running Mickey Martin around a fair bit, but certainly a great contest.
Just off screen, or you could just see it at the right of your screen. King trying to go with Johnson. Ward trying to pick King up. So merry-go-round. Schwarz missed it in the end. Woden does well under pressure into the pocket. Green and Neitz collide. Ball over the line. Boundary wins out. Boundary throw in. All Melbourne at the moment. It's only a 10-point lead. 13 minutes in, but certainly the Roos under a lot of pressure. Continually moving it and pushing it forward. Demon. Schwarz will bullock again. Took it out of the ruck as he does. Look out. Vardy will go at goal. And a cross goal on the full. So being let off in the end, the Roos. It is all Melbourne at the moment. And Mickey Martin will take it. Back in the team today. Needs an option. Burton has to get close to the action. Burton is the desired option. He will fly. Knocked down. Well done, Jeff White. Burton took it. They are running now. Grant or Adam Simpson just behind wing, goes into half forward, a wrestle down there. Ellis did well to stand his ground. Loose ball, Archer over the top, and a chance for Rocker. 25 out. It's an open goal. He has to kick it, and he does. Second goal to the Roos, first to Rocker. So Sav Rocker started the game on the bench as the Roos second. And good lead-up play. Good play by Spider Burn. Archer also involved in it.
It was, and brilliant move by Dennis Pagan as well. Rocket had only been on the ground for a minute or two. Started the game on the bench, but certainly a player that the Kangaroos need firing up forward and an option that they need to go to.
Yes, he needs to kick You would think 50 or 60 goals this year, make a contribution, Sav Rocker. And he started well this afternoon. Halfway through this first quarter, Blakey out of the centre. Thumps it long, inside attacking 50. Rocker and Nicholson. Nicholson did well. Now a chance for Grant. Oh, good tackle by Bruce. Well played. Support provided by Archer. Kick around
Great
the body.
kick.
Clever. Pickett marks.
What a great kick, Glenn Archer. Took a step backwards and able to find Pickett, and he didn't follow through with the kick. Had he have got the leg up and the ball into the air, that ball would have been smothered.
It was a great kick, but also Byron Pickett ran to the right spot. Made the kick a little bit more easier for him.
So Pickett, you can look, good look at the angle there from right on 50. Drop punt is long. Cross the faces, it hits the post. Great effort from Byron Pickett, but behind only to the Kangaroos. Margin back to 3 points. 15 minutes into this first quarter.
Well, the Roos are zoning on this Melbourne kick in. Marcus Whelan has the responsibility at the moment for the D's. That's what you can see over his shoulder. With Burton member side, half forward. And you have Rocker in the central part of the ground. Demons go short and they find White, one of the members. They'll switch direction. No, he won't. Stop-start football at the moment. Brown to take it. A little bit of run from Demons. He holds it up. Schwarz bullocking again. Brings it down. Vardy tries to work his way through. McCartney.
Free kick.
Too high in the end.
Did that well, Schwarz. He didn't take the mark, but he brought the ball down in front, which allowed the Melbourne player the ability to run onto the ball.
So McCartney too sloppy in the end as Porter on the ground for the Roos. Vardy, normally pretty good with his kicking. He's real good with his kicking. He's very good with his kicking. At his first.
So 9 points, the Melbourne advantage. Porter on the ground, beaten by White. Blakey has had a couple of touches early. Well, searching handball more than anything. Whelan and Archer. Well played, Whelan. Oh, Archer went in solidly and has given away a free kick. Woden with it. As we watch Archer again, may have been given away by Robbins.
Brent Harvey yet to have a touch for the Kangaroos.
Janeway Woden. High to half forward. Schwarz in the pack. Comes to ground. Shovelled forward. Kicked forward now by Yze. Neats. Good pick up. Handball just wasn't quite at the mark. Now Makepeace. Pickett. Sweeps it to Simpson. They can share it out there. Taken by Stevens. Inside defensive 50. Probing kick is caught. Alex has marked.
Just no run for the Roos at the moment. One of the problems is they have to get the ball onto the boot and clear it out of that Demon attacking zone. No run whatsoever. They need King running. They need certainly Harvey running and certainly need Simpson in on the act.
Alice sets it up. Schwarz in front over from the side. Good mark taken by T.
Well, they had all their numbers back then, the Kangaroos. Made it very difficult for the Demons to find an option in their forward 50.
Archer provides a lead out wide. Doesn't quite get it to him. Yze. Oh, he's wrapped up by Archer. Now a chance for Whelan. Handball to Bruce. Casual bounce. Runs to 50. Draws a player. Now a chance for Schwarz deep in the pocket. Forced to kick back cleverly. Yze from 50. Drives to the top of the goal square. Has got that carry and has. Sensational goal from Adem Yze. And Melbourne go to a 15-point advantage. And he's had a great start, Steve, in game number 150.
He has. He's already had 7 possessions, and that was his first goal. You just know when Adem Yze gets the ball, he's going to do something with it. And on this occasion, he kicks his first goal of the game, and the Demons 5th.
One of the problems also, Blakey and Archer going to ground half forward after the Roos through Teague trying to clear it. And in the end, they fell into the lap or the hands of the Demons, able to score through Yze. So it's back in the middle, 19.5 minutes first quarter. It's a 15-point lead to the D's. White goes up, players collide. Simpson gets his boot to it. Pickett will run onto it, out of side. Wheels onto that right foot, needs to find someone, and Rocker, no, Colbert will mark. So really working at the moment, pretty hard for every score. They have had 5 scoring shots, nothing in it. From right just outside 50, it'll go long and go to the left, only a minor score. 2-4, 16 Roos. The leaders at the moment, the Demons, 5 straight 30.
Well, they need this fella to provide an option for him up forward, kick a couple of goals.
Big ask of a player. He's not built as big as Schwarz or Neitz, and he's asked each week, and he's no slouch when it comes to putting the body in, but asked to push that body in every time.
Woden dangerously to Broadbridge, but it gets to him. 6 scoring shots, the Roos, just 5 to Melbourne, but Melbourne are in front. High kick, fist from Rocker. Porter, well, handball a bit too fierce for Morrell, and a boundary throw in.
One thing the Kangaroos really do need to do is work over Jeff White. They've got the 2 ruckmen, the Kangaroos, in Porter and Burton, and they should share the workload, but they need to work Jeff White over.
Porter in front, gets it down. Clayton just come on the ground, replacing Morrell. High towards half forward. Good fist coming from Ellis, and a boundary throw in.
Adem Yze, 7 touches so far. Vardy, 4 touches, 1 goal. So they've certainly been very good players for the Demons. And Byron Pickett has been the standout along with Troy Makepeace, 4 disposals for the Roos.
Ball to the back. Well, Clayton bowled over his teammate Colbert. Now a chance for Johnson. Tries to break clear. Handball. Stevens kick ineffective. Soccer from Grant inside attacking 50. Archer, what can he conjure up here? Not much. Broadbridge. Oh, wrapped up by Teague. Well played. Whelan, cool. James McDonald can get a great bounce. Pressure from Harvey. McDonald tries to work it to the line and does in the end. Good pressure.
Great pressure by the Kangaroos. We saw a tackle by Teague, and Harvey also keeping the ball inside the Kangaroos forward 50.
James McDonald going with Brent Harvey, and so far has certainly done a terrific job on the Roo danger man. Ball comes in, starting behind Porter. Pickett off the ground, did well. Clayton, who has a goal, has another chance. Standing start around the body to the right of the goals. Scrapes in for a minor score. 2-5-17 the Roos. 5 straight 30 to Melbourne.
Just a player that the D's need to watch is Clayton. Generally pushes hard forward ahead of the ball and usually gets away with it.
Doing it easy on the kick-ins at the moment, Melbourne. Finding a play every time.
Gee, it was just the 15 though, Dakes, that one. Just the 15 to Woden, who starting to regain some of his 2000 best and fairest and Brownlow medal winning form. High kick to wide, is outnumbered. Ground level, it's all Melbourne. Powell, looping handball, Broadbridge. Now a chance for the Demons. High towards half forward. Schwarz again, works to the front, almost took it. Robertson, supported out wide. Johnstone runs to 40. Kick it goes, a beauty, it bounces through. Great goal, Travis Johnstone.
So talk about taking your chances. 6 straight to the Demons as Teague and Daniel Ward off that wing going at it. Under the pump at the moment, the Roos. Johnson, who kicked the last, tried to get it out. Simpson, quick kick into 50, it goes. Rocker will come out. Couldn't control it. Archer and Whelan go at it. Archer's been very good. Whelan over the top, too high. No, says the umpire, and we have a ball up. 24 minutes first quarter, and it's a handy 19-point lead to the D's. So Rocker will contest with Byron Pickett back in the goal square. Archer lurking. Ball comes down. Simpson good in close. Hands off. Has to be good. Grant, and he's not. It's on the full. Hits that behind post to the right of the goals. So 24.5 minutes. And at the moment, the D's very good out of defence, certainly being able to pinpoint passes. Nathan Brown with his hands on the ball. He's been a very good player this season. Had a busload of very good players, the Demons. Goes in long, White. Teague, hands off, Clayton. 1 goal. Does he make it 2? He does. Beautiful finish, and that's what the Roos were looking for. So Clayton, an unlikely leading scorer for the Roos, has 2. And the Roos have their third at 3-5-23. They trail by 13 points. The D's are 6-rate 36.
Well, like we mentioned not long ago that this player can get forward of the play, and a very good kick for goal. He is a goal kicker for the Kangaroos, and he's already started off this game by kicking 2 early goals.
Yes, a dangerous player, Shane Clayton. And the Kangaroos sitting well and truly in this match. In fact, had they kicked a little straighter, may well be in front. Although at the same time, the Melbourne have moved the ball very well. Porter decisively. Stevens around the body to half-foot Colbert. Couldn't control it. Archer. Now a chance for Colbert. Free kick. Archer. He makes something happen, doesn't he, when he gets the football and he plays up forward?
Very much like David Schwarz.
Well, he gets his body in behind the ball, which makes it hard for opposition players.
Kick towards Teague, and Teague is marked just 40 metres from goal, as good as directly in front.
Very good play, David Teague. Will be a good player, good overhead.
Only his second game for the year.
And he's very honest. Surprised that it is only his second game for the year. Not too sure whether he's been injured or lack of form, but seen a little bit of this fella. Very committed and very honest.
He had a good game last week. He picked up 15 possessions and took 6 marks and was promoted off the rookie list last year. So a chance from directly in front, 45 metres. Drop punt is a goal. So the Kangaroos are back in town.
So 2 goals late in this first quarter. The Roos hit back 9 scoring shots, playing 6, but the D's very good, accurate. Simpson out of the middle again. Rocker from behind, overrunning it is Nicholson. Going down, Brown threw it away. Pickett stole it. Twist in and out on that left foot. Look for a pass into the pocket. King. No, well done. Daniel Ward back there. Gets his hand to it over the line, 15 metres around from the Roo goal.
Fantastic anticipation by Byron Pickett there. He knew he was going to release the handball, and he just put the accelerator down, and he got the desired effect in intercepting the ball.
So Mickey Martin, that's the way he enjoys it. Neitz at the moment has gone missing, but they have been able to score, and I think a lot of the time the ball has been sailing over David Neatz's head. So it'll come down. Roos have been very good. Pickett shovels it along. Can he keep it in? No. And Byron Pickett, very good first quarter. Excellent last week. One of the players nominated by Dennis Pagan, certainly for improvement.
Fairly even contest, Aches. Both sides inside 50. The Kangaroos have got 12. Melbourne 11.
Porter front, White from behind, back to the boundary. King on that left foot, couldn't get it. A good pressure again, Daniel Ward. Boundary throw in, 10 around from the Roo goal. David King has his hands full at the moment. Another player that the Roos do need to get into the game, although he's put himself in 3 possessions. Brent Harvey.
No touches, Daves.
Ball will come in. White. Rocker slapped it back into traffic. Ellis through the traffic. I don't know if that's his forte. Going through players, finding it hard. Nicholson, the player that will come up with it. And we have this time a ball up, Chris O, 25 from the Roo goal.
The Kangaroos can just kick another one before quarter time. It'll be a fantastic effort. Porter knocks it forward to the play. Archer a chance, knocks it cleverly. Teague now a chance for Colbert. Can he pick it up? He can, and he kicks a goal. Well played. Oh, it's touched. It's touched. Well, it went through the goals, but it was touched. So, sorry, Kangaroo fans, but 4-6 now, the Kangaroos. They have been wasteful. Margin back to run. Just the one straight kick. Colbert thought it was a goal, but only a behind. As Whelan brings it in. Brown. Kick towards a vacant wing position. Taken by Johnstone. He's away. He's got some poise, Travis Johnstone. Kick towards half-forward support. Almost chopped off by Blakey. Support from Shannon Grant. Now numbers out wide with the Kangaroos. Colbert dropped the mark he should have taken. James McDonald. Ellis, they've still got the numbers, Kangaroos. Ellis hacks it forward to half-forward. That's the fall. Stevens. Searching for Grant. Leoncelli chips in. Can he tie it up? No. Good umpiring. Letting it go. Clayton. Now a chance for Grant. Can the Kangaroos squeeze one before quarter time? Simpson. Still inside the centre square. Players moving for him. Kick towards full forward. Pickett. Oh! Not quite. Whelan
Yze and now Brown to relieve the pressure for the Melbourne side.
And with a bit of time and the sit, Bruce. Good pressure from King. Ball comes down again. So Roos back into attack around the body. Teague with the flight of the ball going in beautifully and taking mark Nathan Brown, who's been good. Left-hand handball, too quick to get it on. Yze bombs it in long, just over wing, pushing by Vardy. Mark is paid. He's on, he's off, he gestured, goes in quickly. The sit Grant, or Stevens it was. Leoncelli with a chance. 25 from goal, zeroes in and finishes. So against the run of play, the Demons score.
So Leoncelli has 2 in this opening quarter, and Melbourne lead by 12 points. Porter, shut by James McDonald, Woden, Bruce, sweeping handball to Broadbridge.
Oh, he gets around Harvey too easily. Kicks long to centre half forward. Yze up too early. Robertson, slick handball, close quarters. Travis Johnstone, kick intelligent. Leoncelli, can he kick his third for the corner?
He can't, he misses, and he's disappointed. Margin 13 points in favour of the Demons.
Well, he'll be remembered for that point because that's the first for the Demons. Beautiful kicking, good finishing at the moment. Brent Harvey.
They just need to tighten up here, the Kangaroos. They've got themselves back into the game, but they really don't want the Demons to kick another late goal.
So Archer out wide to Blakey. They need a tall now on the same side of the ground. Porter's that man. Too far off the ball. No, gets in beautifully to take a mark. They're up and running now. Has to find someone, loses it. Whelan or mark. So as the siren goes for quarter time, 11 goals in all. It's a 13-point lead to the Roos. Pretty good standard. 7-1-43 at quarter time. They lead the Roos 4-6-30.
A terrific first quarter really by both sides. The Demons got away, got off to a fantastic start, and the likes of Leoncelli, Brown, Yze really did set them up. But full credit to the Kangaroos. They fought themselves back into the contest through the efforts of Clayton, Pickett and Simpson, and given them themselves every chance to really create a very good contest in this second quarter.
So quarter time at the MCG, and Melbourne 7-1-43 lead the Kangaroos 4-6-30. We'll be back after the break. High towards half forward. Schwarz again, works to the front, almost took it. Robertson, support out wide. Johnston runs to 40. Kick it, goal, it's a beauty. It bounces through. Great goal, Travis Johnston. Yes, a great goal from Travis Johnstone, 1 of 7 for the Demons in that opening quarter. Leoncelli, the multiple goal kicker, and the multiple goal kicker for the Kangaroos, Shane Clayton, who played a very good first quarter. And a very entertaining first quarter of football, with Melbourne doing particularly well. Steve Silvani.
They were. They certainly got out of the blocks. I thought it was set up by David Schwarz, but also Travis Johnson, who we just saw on that opener there, was sensational.
And Glenn Archer and Whelan, what a battle that was in that opening quarter.
It is, and obviously Archer, a hard-working player, and some of the things he did for the Kangaroos early, just setting up a shot at goal there to Byron Pickett, but his hardness up in the forward 50 did create some opportunities for them.
And you mentioned David Schwarz. He was a very strong player for the Demons in that opening quarter.
He is. He's a lot like a wood chopper, really. He hits bodies, and he loves body contact. He tackles, and he's only taken the one mark up forward, but certainly creates a hell of a lot of opportunities for his fellow teammates.
As we look at the player rankings, and Adem Yze in game number 150 on top for Melbourne.
And I just think at the moment the use of the ball in particular, the 1 and 2 in that, Leoncelli, Yze, they're using it well. Leoncelli has 2 goals also, so finishing off the all-important inside that 50 attacking zone.
Let's go down to Christy Malthouse before the opening bounce of the second quarter.
Thanks, Michael. Well, just keep an eye on Adem Yze. He actually got poked in the eye just before that quarter-time break, and the doctor had to come out and check him during the break. He seems to be okay. He was just checking to see if he had any blurred vision, but he is out on the ground now, so he should be able to continue the game without any problems.
Well, he started beautifully in that first quarter, Yze. Normally a terrific user of the ball. Woden's had a little bit of it. Jeff White has certainly given them first use. We are ready to go in this second quarter. They trail by 13 points at the moment, the Roos.
Dennis Pagan has made a move. He's put Glenn Archer back into the fence, and he's picked up Peter Vardy.
So balls bounce. Porter forward. Simpson overran it. Ellis at his feet goes down. Wrapped up. Third man in that contest, I think, was Nicholson. May have been. So not allowing that ball to come out. Craig Ellis has been a handy player. Certainly his height useful in defence for the Demons. Standing start. White, left hand was good. Yze through the traffic over the top looking for McDonald. Colbert will meet him. Does well. James McDonald kept his foot, lost the ball, then got it back by Woden. They concede by hand backwards to White. Into the middle. That's a good kick. So a little bit of space now. Thompson hands off. Yze back to goal. Goes in long. No one home. Players allow it to bounce in. Johnstone came out to meet it. Slapped on. And a chance for Bruce. He's got it now and goes a goal. And that is a beauty. Take it a bow, Cameron Bruce. So the start is with the Demons, and they continue where they left off in that first quarter. It's 8-1-49. Terrific kicking around goal. The Roos 4-6-30.
And obviously the positive of getting the ball in quickly, but here we see Cameron Bruce. He didn't panic there, and I think that's been one of the real keys to his improvement, that he hasn't panicked and he was able just to steady there and snap a goal for the Demons. Great goal.
So some dangerous signs now for the Kangaroos. We need the next goal. White decisively. Thompson was held and he'll get a free kick.
So really, a lot of the concern with a lot of teams going across to Perth has been their return performance the following week, and the Demons have been pretty good.
Bruce said he is with the free kick. High to half. Schwarz almost. Robertson roped it well. Woden close to the line and over.
Didn't look much on that occasion, the contest between Schwarz and McCartney, but once again the ball just falling to the feet of David Schwarz, and the Melbourne little men know where the ball's going to fall.
Schwarz won it, but straight to Stevens. Scrambles it. Clayton, little fumble, allows Broadbridge in. Around one. Kick towards full forward. Martin did well. Outbodied Neats. Baird. Makepeace. Quickly kicks towards the line. Broadbridge again. He's been impressive. Handball. Searching. Leoncelli has it. Schwarz, can he crash his way through? Tries a blind turn. Kick into Ward's centre half foot off. Spumble. Overrun by Vardy. James McDonald, 40 from goal. Kick around the body. Well played by the Kangaroo defence. Baird. Now chance for Harvey, one of his rare touches. Kick, clever mark taken by Blakey. Clayton on the overlap. Now a shocking kick. They might come off though. Grant can pick it up, and Stevens is buried and will get a high tackle.
He could have got the first, could have got the second. Stevens putting himself in. That kick was actually meant in the end. They went back in the middle, but really working hard at the moment. And you compare them to the Demons, just not using the ball that well under a lot of pressure. This is what they need. Harvey runs with it, draws players and goes in long. White sits underneath it and takes a mark. Porter with his back to the ball. And again, sitting too far off as the ball comes in, so making it hard. Makepeace, a push, and Leoncelli comes up with it. So the D's just too good at the moment with their use of the ball and looking ever so dangerous. Started well in his second quarter. It's a 19-point lead. You'd imagine they'd add to that as it wears on. Harris missed it. McCartney slides in to take a mark.
He did well there, McCartney. He knew that Schwarz was going to lay some contact, and he just avoided the contact and got around David Schwarz.
He will go to Porter, half forward. They need players at ground level. Simpson and Porter collided. Loose ball. Yze, danger. Harvey has to jump. Rockers there, slaps it forward. James McDonald tried to take the sting off. It did. Hands off. The running wheel and through the middle. Hands off to Thompson. Back to goal. Hands off again. So it's all Demons. McDonald into half forward. Schwarz goes out there. McCartney. No space. No room. Boundary wins out. Schwarz not too happy with the way that ball was delivered. He certainly had 2 or 3 steps on McCartney. Chance goes begging. Digby Morrell in the foreground on the bench. Started the game at full forward. Ball comes in. Schwarz does well, a supplier. Woden quick kick in. Yze, Teague through the traffic too high. And the Roos come up with it.
Has Martin running for him. Ignores that. Instead, handballs to Harvey. Getting a bit of it in this second term. Simpson almost. Chance now for Harris. Ineffective play. Porter was effective in the end. Harris scrambles it forward to half forward. Well played, Colbert. Loose player, Clayton. Blames it up again. Standing start, 40 metres. He misses.
He had a play to his right, Troy Makepeace, and in the end should have just held on to it, allowed the Melbourne player to run towards him. That ball should have gone over the top to a play with plenty of room and time.
Margin 18 points in favour of the Demons.
Just at the moment, they just seem so flustered at the moment. Certainly the Roos haven't got time. They haven't got the luxury to be able to just hold the ball up and be able to pinpoint passes. Melbourne just at the moment are certainly at them. Woden kicks to himself and pinpoints a pass. Hugging the boundary is Brown. So Nathan Brown takes it for the D's, going back over the mark. Players further up the ground. One is Cameron Bruce. The other player leading is Jeff White.
This is what the Kangaroos have to do. They just need to hold Melbourne up a little bit. But we know that the D's are a running team, and if they can just slow the game up a bit, certainly will help the Kangaroos.
So long it is. White. Good mark, Colbert. Great mark to stand his ground. Lee Colbert into the middle. Teague will have to sit and wait. Certainly had time and space. Makepeace is running. Oh, Teague's in trouble. Dropped it in the end. He is in trouble. So Bruce will dump me a handball, then hands off. Woden, who was forward of the ball. Well done. Johnson will mark. And that's the way you handball in traffic. You wait till your teammate is past the man on the mark. Johnson will slip it in short. Nathan Brown, a long way down, has taken it. And I'm not sure what his accuracy like or what he's like around goal, but he'll 45, 50-degree angle. Plenty of the goals open, and he'll go from just inside 50.
And really has been set up by Cameron Bruce's tackle on Teague. Teague should have just got back and got the ball deep into the forward 50 for the Kangaroos.
Cleaner and smarter with their skills at the moment, and Nathan Brown hits a post. So 8-2-50 Melbourne. Even when they're missing, they're getting awfully close. 4-7-31 is a Kangaroo score.
Kangaroos, Harvey made a contribution in their second quarter. 8 minutes in, kick short. Simpson. Stevens now. Kick towards the wing. Harding, who's a live wire, slipped over, but has support. Grant drives it long inside, attacking 50. Pickett on the lead. Clayton almost. Pickett did well. Knocks it towards Harris. Up and under. High to the goal square. Rocker going back. Will he shepherd it through? He does. It bounces across the goal face. Sav's still a chance. He kicks the goal. Sensational playing. Samaria Rocker. He's kicked two. So Rocker was undecided, Steve. Do I let it go? Do I try and mark it? But in the end analysis, very clever play.
It was. Obviously, as a forward, you're always told really to go for a ball if in doubt. But fantastic effort by Sam Rocker just to have the presence to create another contest. He really should have been forced through by Nicholson on that occasion. But terrific snapshot at goal by Sam Rocker.
Byron Pickett was terrific also to slap that ball back into the path of a teammate.
Dennis Pagan has also taken young David Teague off, who made that error in the middle of the ground.
Working for everything at the moment. The Roos wide up and down to Yze. They're into attack. Straight into the air. Coming out to meet it needs. Slapped down by Martin. No free. King goes in. Shovels it out to Grant. Through the traffic. Threw it out. Schwarz ready to finish. He is. Goodbye, Mr. Sheridan.
So a strong contribution. That's in a half forward from David Schwarz. Porter gets it down. Yze. Harris, who's had a couple of touches since coming onto the ground. Can't get it clear. Porter now. Oh, gee, it's tight and tough. Yze spills towards Whelan. He can't control it. Good umpiring, umpire Shane. He's letting it go. Stevens. Porter. Now Colbert. Can he control it? No, Harris can't. Eventually Ellis. Woden, loose player on the wing. Yze needs a good bounce. Gets Thompson. Yze, he can run. He's got his face in front of him. Runs to 40. Kick across the face. Needs a mark. It's taken. Robertson. Eyes up. Russell Robertson. Schwarz calling for it. Kicks it back towards Thompson. It'll come back. And Russell Robertson a chance. The angle will be tight. But if he can convert this opportunity, it will represent Melbourne's biggest lead of the match.
Russell Robertson, not a problem in his play about winning the ball. His problem lies with his ability to finish.
Started the game on the bench.
He kicked 1 goal, 1 last week, has just 3 for the season. After last year kicking 42 goals from his 22 matches and leading the goal kicking for the Demons.
Baird off for the Kangaroos. Teague back on, and Adem Yze off. Stephen Powell back on. So they take off a top liner and lose nothing by bringing on Stevie Powell, the Demons.
So Russell Robertson deep in the left forward pocket. Runs around, snapper around his across the face, and he's missed everything. So he'll be disappointed with that, Russell Robertson.
Just on Adem Yze, 14 possessions in this game.
Boy, you missed that by... It wasn't a decent. He kicked that 60 metres, and yet he was only 10 metres out. It's landed near the members. So King, Short, Simpson. Where do we go now? Again into the air, not really directing it. Harding, Porter. Down at ground level, Harris, quick kick, again under pressure. That's their play. Colbert will mark. Stevens running into a position. He could get it. Colbert will go there. Not a good kick. Pickett from behind has got it. Stevens, again they're kicking Chris has been woeful in this game, and that has been the difference in this game.
Pickett led Steve out of the pocket, and in the end Colbert just bombed it up and said, there you go, have a go at that, Byron.
It wasn't the greatest kick in the world. Certainly tried to double back on his opponent, Byron Pickett, but fortunately he was good enough just to force his opponent underneath the ball to be able to take the mark.
They trailed by 19, which may be a surprise, and Pickett brings it back to 13.
13 points the margin. In fact, it's 19.
It's better.
Comes towards half-forward. Rocker in front, can't take the mark. At the back, Ellis, plenty of time. And kicks it towards the line. I was right first time, 13 points to the margin.
Great play by Nicholson there. Obviously, Rocker was in front, but knew he couldn't hit the ball, so he just hit an arm away.
And how important was that miss from Robertson? It was a difficult chance, but the Kangaroos were able to bring it down the length of the field and kick a quick goal. James McDonald on hands and knees. Ward dispossessed. King scrambles it towards half-forward. Colbert has had some important touches. Slick handle. Grant wants his left side and gets it. Loose player, Harvey. Infected Stevens. Just 35 metres from goal. Pickett wants it in the goal square.
Has to finish.
But Anthony Stevens, a chance now to put this margin back to just 7 points.
A couple of really good signs there by the Kangaroos. Obviously, the quick kick out of a pack, and also Colbert, who's really presenting very well, creating some activity up in their forward half.
At least they're getting players to the ball, the drop of the ball, when they're kicking it quickly out of a pack. They move it forward, but have not the numbers.
Stevens comes in and kicks it. He's kicked a goal, and the Kangaroos back within 7 points.
So the skipper has been a very good player. 10 disposals. Anthony Stevens down. Porter. Stevens another one. Harding could have slapped it forward. Did beautiful. Can run. Another goal now. Interesting. It is real interesting. It's point. So Lee Harding has certainly added a lot of run for the Roos. Something that was lacking. He will push up and then carry the ball back.
He's got some zip, hasn't he?
And if there's a question mark over the Roos, it's generally their leg speed, and well, there was nothing wrong with that.
Well, they're pretty good when they've got their hands on the ball. I look at the Roos with basically running down the opposition. Chriso.
Kick in comes to Leoncelli. Threads it to Nicholson.
Is the Perth factor starting to hit home?
Well, it certainly adds a lot of pace and bite. Lee Harding. Nicholson. High, hoping kick in front. Blakey.
Well done, Teague. Just blocked Robinson out of that contest to allow Blakey to take a nice easy mark.
Blakey thumps it back to centre half forward. Big pack of players in from the side. Ellis. And that was a very good mark by Craig Ellis, playing for his new club, Melbourne.
No better way to instill confidence by scoring. The Roos have been able to put it on the board in the last 3 or 4 minutes of football.
Playing his 6th game for the Demons. Kick towards Schwarz. Fist from McCartney is effective. Pickett a chance. Oh, he overruns it. Now a chance for Bruce. That could be costly, Byron Pickett. Bruce kicks inside, attacking 50. Meets and Martin at the back tee. been a good player. Teague squeezes a kick to a vacant half-back line. Ward will be first there. It's confronted by Makepeace. Good handball to Powell. Can he set something up here? Stephen Powell around one. Kicks to towards half-court. James McDonald all by himself. Thought about playing on.
Great vision, really, by Stephen Powell. He had a couple of options, sort of 50-50 options, really, but then he just had the poise just to hold the ball and saw this man free on his own.
Well, he was nearly off. Either that or he has a nervous twitch. But normally a good finisher, James McDonald.
Well, he is, and Melbourne have all the answers so far this afternoon for the Kangaroos, and this would put them back in front by 12 points. Comes in, oh, it's off to Mr. to the left, and that was a bad miss from James McDonald. Put the mocker on him, Dakes. 17.5 minutes in second term, margin 7 points in favour of the Demons.
That lead-up play, interesting. Byron Pickett overrunning the ball. Yeah, something you don't see a lot of.
Just the inside 50s. Melbourne 24, Kangaroos 20.
King, McCartney has to be good because there are 3 Demons in the area. Johnstone will run it away, chips up. Chance for Powell, goes around too easy on that right foot. Again, another option out wide. The players with a sit wide's got it. Jeff White with a jump and going in against Adam Simpson, and the other player may have been Troy Makepeace, was always going to win this ball, and Jeff White with a chance to extend the lead.
Always difficult to stop Jeff White when he's got a bit of a run up. That was his 3rd mark for the game.
Too easy in the end, and this is an area that he could certainly add to his game.
Well, he hasn't kicked a goal this year, Dakes.
Well, becoming a goal scorer, a lot of his work has been done across half-back, and the D's will play through him. Why not? Pretty agile type player, can run with the ball. Jeff White, can he finish? He can. Goal number 10 for the D's.
Bounce White decisively. Yze. Powell, who's been prominent in this second term, scrambles to the half court. Ward taken high, no free kick. Neats. Powell again. Second chance for Ward. Scrambles it inside, attacking 50. Archer comes to meet. Well played. Kicks back towards the centre. Burton. He's got a couple of players out wide, Spider, and he uses them. Morrell. Harris. High towards half court. Rocker in the pack. Chance for ground level players. Grant. One on his left side. Forced to give it to Simpson. Scrambles at the Pickett and he's
Lucky football in the end, but Sauce in front.
Brilliant play, though, really set up by Glenn Archer from the back half. He attacked the ball, had to get his body behind it, and did so, and thrusted the ball forward the Kangaroos' way. And this is the end result of it.
Oh, they're all important goals. The Kangaroos must just keep coming at the Demons. Pickett has one. Comes in. And now he's got 2.
Shannon Grant, the catalyst, has been a very good player. Second part of this second quarter, in close, has been setting up the Roos. It's back to 7 points. Adem Yze with his hands full now. Certainly a lot of attention on Yze. Pretty good game. 63 playing 56.
This is the area where Burton's really got to work over Jeff White. Got to work in with Porter.
Broadbridge 3rd man up. They still lost it. Harris, ground level, thanks to Blakey getting it out. 3 on the 1. Clayton can go out wide. Tapped it out into Martin territory. King will take it. Hands off. Simpson, a left footer. Hands off. Clayton, chance for the Roos again. Goes in long. Spider, where are you? Spider dropped it second by ground level. Grant's there again. It'll come out to Blakey. Back to the square we go. Rocker will bring it down. No one home. Broadbridge for the D's. To the outside of that right boot. Good kick in the end. Ward sits back. Numbers with the Roos. Clayton's tricky. Well done, David King. Players strut themselves in. Powell over the top. Yze. Good football at the moment. Dribbles a kick in. Half forward. Schwarz out. Has gone quiet. Picked up again. McCartney. Great pressure. Back into attack. Spider's got it. 3rd, 4th. He's got it. As Grant and Broadbridge go out. Grant's got to get out of that. They have the ball, the Roos. Burton moves it on quick. Oh, just over the head. Open goal, Simpson. See you later. No. He's missed. 8-9-50. 67 Roos, 10-3, 63. What a game we had from the G. Spider, 3-4. Broadbridge possibly got one in there. Have a look at that. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Fantastic stuff. Simpson just couldn't quite finish. Margin back to one straight kick. Woden long needs the target.
Well
Big
done,
fish
Mickey
coming from Martin, and also some assistance from Rocker.
He's done a terrific job, Mick Martin. David Neitz coming off the ground. Neitz has actually had to come up to centre half forward to try and get involved in the game. Full credit to Michael Martin.
Brad Miller on for the D's. Leoncelli also on. Vardy off for Melbourne. So Neil Dano swinging the changes.
Momentum just for the moment with the Kangaroos. Blakey, all at the full. It's all Melbourne. White, Woden sweeps it to Johnstone. Squeezes a kick towards Schwarz. Can't hold on to the ball. Low down. McCartney did well. Dumps it forward. Foot race. Johnston, we first there. Just did well. Ellis scrambles the kick. Burton tried to knock it to McCartney. Didn't come off. White attempted soccer. Harris has been good. Handball to Makepeace. Loose player. Stevens. The overlap provided by King. Pickett on the burst. Will he go to him? No. He hoists it high towards the top of the goal square. At the back, chance out for Simpson. Can he pick it up? He can. He kicks a goal. Scores a level at the MCG. Great comeback by the Kangaroos. And Adam Simpson redeemed himself from a few moments ago and has levelled the scores.
Terrific play by the Kangaroos. Certainly just pushing the ball forward, keeping it going their way, and really great play by young Harris, who had 2 or 3 attempts at the ball just to keep it going. But, geez, a number of goals being kicked around the corner, a number of snapshots, and this is one of many. Well done, Simpson.
So Simpson, who has been good, tops it off with a goal. Just under 25 minutes second quarter, 63 apiece. The Roos 18 scoring shots. We'll get the inside 50 in a sec. Stevens missed it. Burton slapped it to Robbins, who missed it. Brown out of the middle. Melbourne into attack. Archer with a fly to the ball. Martin's there. Well done. Toe poking it out. Leoncelli too high on Schwarz. He comes up with it. And he's looking awfully tired as he holds that right shoulder.
Just on the inside 50, Dakes. Melbourne have got 27. Kangaroos 24.
So compliments of Glenn Archer, who has been in everything. Schwarz with the opportunity.
He
has kicked 2.
He can kick it from here.
So handball's 45, playing 35. The D's under a lot of pressure at the moment, trying to work it into a player with a little bit of time. Schwarz, 55. He goes long. It will go long, and just slapped over by Spider.
Let's go down to the boundary line. Christy Malthouse.
Thanks, Michael. Well, Vardy's getting a lot of attention on the Melbourne bench at the moment. It's hard to work out exactly what's wrong with him. It's his right leg. Whether they're looking at his knee or his thigh, I can't tell you at the moment because there's too many people in there, but I'll keep you updated.
Thanks, Christy. The Kangaroos working out of their defensive zone. Martin long towards the wing. Oh, good Mark Hardy stood his ground in amongst a couple of players. Lee Harding delivers to half foot. Rocker got hands to it, can't take them up. Burton slick back to Rocker. Wasn't really expecting it. Stood up in the tackle. Back to Burton from 35 metres. He kicks a goal for the Kangaroos.
Well, he's been reincarnated, a ground level player. Has Spider Burton this season. He's been terrific with a couple of very good goals. That one was a beauty. Roos are in front. Into attack Demons. Schwarz under pressure at the moment. Where has a run gone? Archer goes in again. Powell, Harris, fresh legs. Leoncelli. Harris slaps it out. Burton's in the area. Woden through the traffic, wrapped up by 2. Yze around the body. Ward was back there. Vardy flying the ball. Mickey Martin back to familiar form, slapping it towards the boundary. Blakey joins in support, then goes towards Mick, who wasn't there. Out. Ward should have been called out. Leoncelli slapped it up. Ping pong at the moment. Thompson grabbed around the leg. No. Left foot. Woden. So they're back 75 from goal. Little bit of time. Will go in long with the sit down there. Taking a mark. No. Miller. Green mopping up Yze. One step. ready to go at goal. It'll drift across and doesn't get in, and just missing it. I think Nathan Brown had the opportunity for a mark. It was, so boundary throw in. Craig Ellis now having his time on the bench. It's 69 playing 64. The Roos, pretty good second quarter, very good second quarter. And that ball kicked out of danger, outside 50, outer side of the ground, boundary throw in. And they trail by 13 at quarter time. And the Roos may well go in at half time with the slenderest of margins. David Neitz very quiet. The big men, actually, and that's an area, Chris, we thought the D's may have had an advantage.
Certainly did. And David Neitz was well beaten by Mick Martin.
3 possessions only to David Neitz, so full credit to Michael Martin.
Game number 273, Mick Martin, his 5th for this season.
Robbins has done a terrific job on Travis Johnson as well.
Boundary throwing, Burton gets it down. Can't work it clear of the congestion, and a bounce.
The other one, Makepeace going on to Woden, who was such a destructive player, or certainly getting his hands on the ball in that first quarter, and one of the players instrumental in Demons pushing ahead. Makepeace has done a terrific job since being brought out deep in defence up the ground.
Close to half-time. Can Melbourne regain the lead? Burton decisively. He handballs it forward. Taken by Simpson. Scrambles it towards the wing. Chance for the dynamic Harvey. He's got some pace. He has one bounce and a second. He's taking them on. He runs to 35. Kicks to Rucker.
Well, that's the type of form Brent Harvey has to bring into this team. That's what he's all about. Run, take him on, and he's a player that's not phased. He looked over his shoulder. Broadbridge, no slouch when it comes to running him down, and Brent Harvey took off.
It's great to see someone just take the opposition on as Brent Harvey did. Now Severio Rocker. He's kicked a couple. He's kicked 2. A chance to extend the lead. He comes in and pops it through. Rocker has 3. As the half-time siren sounds. And what a fantastic comeback by the Kangaroos in that second quarter. They trail by 13 points at quarter time. But Stephen Silvani, they go into the long break leading by 11 points.
They do, and certainly full of confidence, and this is one of the reasons why Big Sad Rocker, when he's on song, he certainly does kick goals, and that was his 3rd for the game. But certainly the Kangaroos have really got on top with the clearances around the ground. The Kangaroos at 22 clearances to Melbourne 14, and certainly that's enabled them to kick 7 goals to the Melbourne Footy Club 3 in that quarter, and I think that's where they are winning the game. So certainly we really are in for a real good game after half-time.
We'll be back after the break to review the first half. It's the Kangaroos by 11 points. As we look at the Melbourne Rooms half-time, and they'd be a little disappointed, the Demons, because they trail the Kangaroos by 11 points at the long break, having led by 13 points at quarter time. And the Goalkickers, multiples to the Kangaroos. Sav Rocker's been fantastic with 3. Clayton Pickett with 2 apiece. And the Melbourne Goalkickers also doing very well. Schwarz and also Leoncelli, multiple goal kickers for the Demons. Well, it was an entertaining first half of football. The Kangaroos did particularly well in that second quarter, Steve, but the Melbourne intensity early in the quarter was very good.
It was sensational. It really set up their game. Their tackling was spot on. Their pressure on their opponents was exceptional, and it was efforts like these that created a number of goals for the Demons.
And the other player that was particularly strong was Jeff White. He's been outstanding for the Demons.
He was. He's been dominant in the air, and certainly his hit-outs, but I think today we saw his marking really stand out early, and we just see in the centre square bounces. He got the ball moving for the Demons and ended up kicking a goal after this smart here.
And what about Mick Martin? He's been absolutely fantastic. Had David Neitz removed from the ground.
Yeah, fantastic really for Mick. He's come back after injury. Neitz actually started off very well, but I guess Mick sort of called on all of his experience, and he's provided some drive from their back half, and has been in his top form, which is fantastic.
And the other player who's done particularly well, Byron Pickett, kicked a couple of goals and really been a target
up forward for the Kangaroos.
Well, he is. He's very exciting. He's running. He's very quick, and he's a goal kicker, and something that the Kangaroos really do need. And like we know what he's like, Byron Pickett. Certainly very lively up forward and providing a lot of spark for the Kangaroos.
Well, let's have a look at the match stats, Steve, and pretty even, but contested possessions in favour of the Kangaroos.
Yeah, and I guess that's the area where the Kangaroos really did get on top in the second quarter and certainly enabled them to get a number of goals. So we see 66 to Melbourne, 73 to the Kangaroos. And the inside 50s, well, they started to win the ball in the midfield, the Kangaroos, and certainly got a few more, also marks inside 50. We see there the Kangaroos 10 to Melbourne 8, so they're starting to get on top in that area.
They certainly are. It's been a great performance, a great comeback by the Kangaroos in that second term. As I said, they trail by 13 points at quarter time, but lead at the long break by 11 points. Well, we'll be back shortly with Peter Dacos and our stakes. Yes, and Adem Simpson levelling the scores during that second quarter with that clever left-foot goal. At half-time, the Kangaroos lead by 11 points, and Steve, was a great turnaround for the Kangaroos in that second term.
It was, and certainly that they had goal kickers, and that's the reason why they're in front. Guys like Rocker and Pickett and also Shane Clayton have kicked multiple goals, and they're starting to win the ball around the packs, getting the ball in quickly into their forward half, and guys like Adem Simpson is one of the reasons why.
Adem Simpson on top of the player rankings. It was Adem Yze at quarter time, Peter.
Yeah, well, Yze has been a good player, but again, getting a lot of the ball up over wing at the moment, in between wing and half-back for the Demons. So certainly Neil Dano would prefer him winning a lot more the ball closer to goal and certainly feeding a lot of his teammates.
Well, let's go down to Christy Malthouse before we start this third quarter. Christy.
Thanks, Michael. Well, Melbourne has an injury concern, actually, and as we speak, Peter Vardy is walking past me to the bench. He has a corked right thigh. He went into the rooms and had some ice put on it and walked around during the halftime break while they assessed him, but he is going to start the game on the bench. They're hopeful he will be able to come back on, but we will have to keep an eye on him. Kangaroos have no injury worries. They've walked into the room with their heads up, really telling each other just to keep up the hard work. They've turned it around and they want a good, strong start to the second half.
Thanks, Christy. And Peter Vardy, Steve, is a goal kicker for the Demons. He's going to be missed.
He is. He's certainly a player that can, as you said, can kick goals. But they need a guy like Brad Green to stand up now, who is also a goal kicker, a guy that doesn't need too many opportunities. So they really do need some improvement from him.
Schwarz heading down to the goal square for the Demons. Powell alongside Schwarz.
And Yze is now down in the Demons' back half.
Well, that's fair enough as well. He will take the job on Savroka.
Nicholson is actually starting the game on the bench.
David
Yze has replaced him.
David Yze, 3 possessions for the game so far.
What a great performance from Mick Martin. Plenty of criticism about Mick over the course of the season.
The other good player, certainly Anthony Stevens, but Spider Burton has certainly been pretty good against wide.
Second half underway. Burton gets it down to Robbins. Kick doesn't cover much ground. Play on's the call, and eventually umpire Woodcock calls for it.
And at the moment, the rotation for Dennis Pagan, Burton and Porter certainly has been beneficial, because Jeff White, the workload at the moment, he's had a solid half of football.
White gets it out wide. Leoncelli is taken high, and he'll get a free kick for the Demons. They need an early goal, Melbourne, just to regain some of the momentum. Woden. Plenty of space on the wing, delivers towards Thompson. Sliding effort is good. Can they get a quick one? Centres the kick to half forward on the lead. Almost Robertson, big leap. Leoncelli at the 4. Now a chance for Brown. Hoists it high towards the goal square. Contest in front, Green almost. Bruce at the back. Can he keep it in? Does. Johnston. Now a chance, cleverly done. Robertson. Snap it, goal. He's kicked it. And the Demons off to a flying start in the third quarter. And the margin back to 5 points after just a minute of play.
And terrific play by a couple of the Melbourne youngsters there just to keep the ball alive. Bruce and also Green also got some quick hands there that enabled Russell Robertson to kick his first goal of the game.
Did well to keep it in. Good finish in the end, Robertson. So an early start to the Demons in this third quarter. The momentum clearly with the Roos. They go in at half-time. Neil Dano has that opportunity to readdress the style and the play and the repositioning of players, and they've come out and scored early. So players go in. Woden has been good for the D's. Burton also for the Roos. We have another ball up. Yze and Simpson. That's a fair duel, although both players pretty good for their respective teams. The Melbourne bench working overtime with Vardy, one of the players. Simpson smothered well. Pickett will go through the traffic. Tripped in the end, no. Brown, hands and knees, hands off to Funk. D's into attack. It's long. McCartney will jump. Third man up. There's two men to go up for the Roos. Makepeace, who was good in that second quarter. They're out wide. Pickett with plenty of room. He can go back inboard to Harding. Stopped and start left foot in the end. Broadbridge does well to get the long arms out in front, and in the end took it, I thought, and then let it go. Not seen that way by the umpire. And Troy Broadbridge will take it. D's to White, will jump and mark, and that's where he can get Spider on the way in. Has to play it smart, cut the ground off. Into the middle, Melbourne, Thompson. So just taking their time. Russell Robertson will lead. Goes in that direction. Teagle slipped. Lost his footing. Well done, Green. Kept his footing. Powell. Unfamiliar right foot and hits a post. So at the moment, 3.5 minutes, third quarter. It's all Melbourne. The Roos lead 11-9-75. 11-5-71 is Melbourne's score.
Michael Martin picking up Brad Green now.
King gets it to Blakey from the kick-in, who just blazes away. Big pack of players. Grant almost. Bruce couldn't control it. Burton, clever handball. Pickett draws a play, pops it to Grant, who runs to 50, drives it long to a vacant goal square, and kicks a goal for the Kangaroos.
So a thumping kick by Grant extended the lead to 10 points. Colbert again very good in the clinches across half forward, actually retarding and bringing one of the Melbourne players to ground. So we're back in the middle. Travis Johnson out wide. Thompson will run. Can go over the top to Ward. He does. He'll go back to Thompson. The old 1-2. Inside 50. Shrugged the tackle. Duck under a tackle. Ward on that left foot. Unfamiliar. 15 from goal. Simpson. Beautiful mark, Adem Simpson. Boy, can he play. Terrific mark overhead. Short to King.
Up the field too.
King sweeps around. Beautiful kick. Makepeace will take it. The left footer. Hands off. Plays in support. Simpson does well to work pretty hard. Into half forward we go. Colbert. Wonderful mark. Jeff White with us sitting back across half back. And in the end, the D's out of danger.
White kicks out wide. Woden coming up for his 17th possession. Shane Woden. Chip short. Powell. He can run. Stephen Powell has a loose player at half forward. Yze. And Yze's mark. He's coming up for his 19th possession. Adem Yze in his 150th game. He's played extremely well. Now, the Kangaroos have got back, and he's forced to kick across the ground to Broadbridge.
This is where Jeff White is sitting behind Broadbridge off the screen. Really should be moving forward and taking Spider with him.
Kangaroos have zoned up. High kick towards over the top. Yze. But he was outnumbered, Adem Yze, in that marking contest, but just reached over the top of Makepeace, and an opportunity now for the Demons.
Really a clever kick on that occasion too, because the Kangaroos are getting numbers back, but there was a bit of a mismatch in Yze with the height advantage over Makepeace, and that was the advantage in the end there.
So Adem Yze kicked a goal in the opening quarter. He'll kick from about 45 metres. Chance now to get the Demons closer. Kick on its way. It's close. I think he just missed to the near side. He has. So margin back to 9 points. 7 minutes into this third quarter.
Yze with a sit. Early touches in his third quarter. And he does need to try and find that ball inside 50. It's about putting it on the scoreboard. King long, standing start. Porter in the back. No, Robbins through the traffic. Hands off. Simpson with his back to goal. Does well under pressure. Clayton and Whelan will go at it. Whelan will take front position towards boundary with push. Clayton kept it in and slapped it on. So the ball stays in. Broadbridge under pressure. Colbert take a bow once more. Lee Colbert, it may not show up on the stat sheet, but boy, does this kid put himself in.
He's worked very hard today, and full credit to him.
So the ball to come in, Porter and White. Wrestling third man up, Simpson will take it. As he normally does, Pickett at ground level. Going in again is Porter. Loose ball. Shielding his teammate was Pickett and then went in as a third man. Robbins was there, Benny Robbins.
The Kangaroos have got Brett Harvey out of the forward goal square, and Jason McDonald, or James McDonald, is picking him up.
So the ball to be bounced. White hands on his knees at the moment, just getting himself ready. Goes towards a Roo goal. Powell handball while he was stepping back. Yze put his teammate Grant, took it and then bombed it long. The ball was over the line, coming back just outside 50 in front of that great southern stand. The Roos are into attack and they lead by 9 points.
Critical game for both clubs. Melbourne 5-3 after 8 rounds.
Simpson.
Kangaroos 4-4. Simpson knocks it forward. Harding clever into the path of Pickett, but Melbourne back there in number. Yze clever kick around the body, finding the boundary line.
Just watch for Adam Simpson. A lot of the times will be third man up. No different to what the Bombers do with when they are playing. Carousella tends to, certainly in their forward line and in midfield, third man up.
He's up again there, third man up, Dakes. Tries to take it out again. Melbourne have it. Powell, Yze. Kick towards a vacant wing position. Who'll be first there? McCartney and Schwarz. Ball close to the line and a boundary throw in.
Really battling at the moment, David Schwarz on screwing. Long way from home, from goal. And although it has been pretty good, that was in the early part of the game with 2 goals.
He wins it forward. Now a chance for Archer. Stood up in the tackle. Clayton's handball was ineffective. Turnover. Leoncelli high towards half forward. Going back. Clever mark taken by Ward. Showed some courage there to Daniel Ward, running the same way as the football, and a chance from 45 metres.
Well, kicked it into space. I don't think it was directed to Daniel Ward. As you said, Crusoe made the ball his very own. And the luxury was he was able to run onto it as Daniel Ward lines up. Brent Harvey off. Digby Morrell back on the ground. And a real chance now for Ward and the Demons.
Well, he's kicked one directly in front. Comes in, drop punt, looks pretty good up the boot. He's kicked the goal for the Demons.
So the lead has been cut back to 3 points. Just under 11 minutes, third quarter. White and Porter. Porter more side on now. Got there earlier. Simpson, right foot kick. Out wide into half forward. Funk will lead Pickett to the ball. Funk now with a job there. Hands off. Morrell and Johnson overrunning it. Robbins, quick kick back inside 50. Grant. Colbert with a throw of the ball. A la Daniel Ward. And he'll take a mark. Move it on quickly. Long it is. Rocker may be the target. It is. Wrestle down there. Oh, Morrell nearly marked it. Going in Whelan. Out of danger. Neats short. Johnson. Again being held up. So good signs from the Roos. Just making the Demons go back. And the other thing they've stopped the Demons from doing is changing direction. So trying to make their football pretty predictable.
This is what they did in the second quarter, the Kangaroos. They just held the Demons up and didn't allow their running game to come into play.
So he chips it up and Woden will take it. Back to the goal square we go, Demons. Broadbridge back in the middle. Now they've worked it into space. Bruce will take it. Neats is further. He'll hand off to Neat. You're in trouble. You're in big trouble. He dropped it in the end. Loose ball, Simpson. Players go in. There's nothing in it at the moment. Bruce, Harding, through the traffic. McCartney was trying to find him. Bombed it up, and in the end, we have a ball up in the middle. And was that dropping the ball, David Neats?
Had to be dropping the ball.
And the hurt's definitely
to get rid of it.
Yeah, definitely coming from the Kangaroo supporters. just so important. Here's that bit of play again, or was Harding. So just balanced out. Schwarz will thump it. He's looking tired now, David Schwarz. Make peace through the trail. Oh, beautiful football. Too high in the end. Call to play on. Protected ball will go out. Right, left foot. Chips it up. And Robertson will take it. So hugging the boundary. Huge test now for Robertson. But what reward if he's able to thread this one? It'll be 45 from goal, 70-degree angle. The lead is still with the Roos. It'll go to the opposite pocket, knocked through in the end, Mickey Martin. The Roos to lead, 12-9-81. It's 12-7-79 to Demons. Nothing in this game, 13.5 minutes, third quarter.
David King at fullback. It's been tight and tough all day. Short option provided by his captain Stevens. Well, he wants to play on, but gets around Thompson pretty easily. Looks up, thumps it long. Porter and White. Porter in front, did well to stand his ground, knocks it intelligently. Little flick from Morrell, is not penalised. Hardy's got some pace. He takes on Broadridge again. Runs to 40. He kicks for goal. Across the face, he just misses. Geez, electrifying. Lee Hardy.
Super play, isn't it? That's backing yourself and certainly does create a spark, doesn't it?
And poor Troy Broadridge, he's been outgunned by Harvey and now Harding.
And he's not a bad athlete either.
He reminds me a little bit of myself when I was about 13.
Oh, that's beautiful. Kick in comes to Woden.
So Woden, Demons into attack wing. It is White, has to mark. Oh, crunched in the end. Unlucky not to get it. Archer over the line.
Great effort by Archer. He ran from 60 metres away to make contact on that occasion. Just allowed Jeff White to earn that contest.
I'll tell you what, you're leaving out another key element. Porter wasn't a bad effort going back with the flight. Porter, down it goes. Blake, he slaps it out. Simpson missed it. Off the ground, Yze. Oh, Adam Simpson a little bit too high. No. We have another ball up. Nothing in this game. Beautiful game of football at the moment. And Simpson having words with the umpire. Nothing in it. Ball will come in. Porter to Simpson. No, couldn't get the angle. Simpson will take it anyway. Long left foot kick front. No, over the top. Rocker did well to smother it. Marcus Whelan comes out of the traffic. Outside of right boot. White slides in. Marks. Hands off Johnstone. Where do they go now? Demons. Backpedaling. Back into the middle. Took a chance. It came off and Whelan has it.
Whelan, couple of loose players in the opposite wing. Neats, one of his rare touches. Drives it towards half-forward. Green on the lead.
Great kick.
It's what he has to do. He's got to get on his bike, get up the ground, because if he gets on in a one-on-one contest with Michael Martin, well, Michael's going to win it 9 times out of 10. But if he's on the lead, well, he's every chance to take a grab.
And he's a thumping kick, this kid.
Brett Green hasn't kicked a goal today. Has kicked 13. Including 2 goals last week. Will kick from 55. He is a thumping kick. He drives to the goal square. He kicked the goal.
So the D's are in front. Just under 17 minutes, third quarter. Brent Harvey's back in the middle of the ground. Porter, hands off. Harvey's there. Got it and then got clear. Right foot kick. Centre half forward. Broadbridge stood his ground. Whelan again mopping up. Nicholson over the top by Woden. Starting to run a little bit, Demons. Have improved. Leoncelli, left foot. Out in front of Yze. Will go past Ian Blakey. McCartney. Oh, confronts Yze. 2 Yze and kicks it on the ball. Well, there's a part of Jason McCartney's game that does let him down. Vigour is not one. Finishing is definitely it. Kicks. Pretty even there.
Melbourne dominating this third quarter.
Thompson will drive the D's into attack. Green from behind will go. Not able to take it. Second bite. McCartney again tried to work his way clear, and we have a ball up.
Good play by Brad Green. He hasn't really been involved in the game, but it's an area that can get you back into the game, the tackling component of it. And tremendous tackle there.
He went at it well as well. Schwarz, tee, and both the players see it over the line. So 30 away from the Demon goal. It is a 3-point lead at the moment. McCartney will do the ruck work, start from behind. Schwarz will bring it straight down. He does. Kick around the body. Thompson running onto it. Ward knocked away Grant. And back there to save the day was Shannon Grant. And we have another boundary throw in to the left of the goals that Melbourne are going to.
So a chance for the Demons. Deep in their attacking zone. Schwarz knocks it to Robertson. No one forward to the pack. Can they get it through? Robertson still got it. He's wrapped up. Bounce.
That was terrible football from the Roos. They left an unguarded goal square. Schwarz doing the ruck work. He takes front position. Naturally, that's where he'll be pushing the ball.
No one, Dakes, was on the goal side of Russell Robertson. Almost could have been costly. Schwarz again knocks it back this time. Chance for Ward. He can't pick it up. He can now. Can he find a handball? Johnson. No, Harvey in the way. Kicks it out, but only as far as Brown. And Nathan Brown will kick from about 40 metres directly in front.
We spoke about Schwarz and the space that was left open there, but David Schwarz just in this quarter has had 5 hit-outs in that forward 50.
Well, they have their hands full. Certainly the bulk of David Schwarz, an advantage of the Demons. But that Brent Harvey kick, under pressure, not really sighted further up the ground. That ball should have been kicked out wide.
Brown comes in. He's kicked 4 goals this season. None today, but he's kicked one now. Melbourne further in front.
So Brown finishes and the lead goes out to 9 points. 20.5 minutes third quarter. White jumps too early. Porter down a Woden, wrong man. Over the top, slapped on Ward. Loose ball will come down. Quick kick, David King. I need more from him. Neats dropped it in the end. Grant missed it. Harvey, they share it. Colbert to pick it. Half forward and moving in forward. Well wide of Rocker and over and on the full. So Nicholson will take it, and all of a sudden the Roos under a lot of pressure.
What about that? The marks 23-6 in this third quarter in favour of Melbourne.
Nicholson send the Demons into attack. Has to keep his line. No chances taken. Pretty much everyone covered. Towards wing. They need a mark over the back again, mopping up. Nathan Brown has been good. Into half forward, use of the body. Russell Robertson dropped it in the end. It's paid. And he's off. He has to come back. So Russell Robertson pretty keen to move it on.
Starting to get involved in the game now, Russell Robertson.
Robertson out wide. Demons have possession. Long way from home. Marking option. Johnson leads. Goes to Johnson. Over the head. Harris mopping up. Over the back it was Teague, and Johnny Baird for the Roos takes it.
Baird at half-back. Kangaroos need something. Need to get a goal pretty quickly. Oh, kick Neats too strong for Colbert.
Next goal, an important goal in the context of this game.
Dangerous kick heading over the top at Mark Brown. Chance now for the Kangaroos. Probing kick to half-forward. Pickett in from the side. Rocker. Pickett's got the run of it. Can he keep his feet? He can. No. Rocker slaps it forward. Pushing the back surely to Melbourne. And advantage called as it's kicked out to Thompson from Neats. Thompson in space. Kick to half-forward. James McDonald marks. Loose checking by Makepeace. Now he's tried that play on. Handball to Leoncelli to Robertson. Beautifully done. Johnson runs in and misses. Gee, what an opportunity going begging there for the Demons. They lead by 10 points, 23 minutes in second term. Third term, I should say.
They've certainly got some momentum, the D's Dakes.
Well, just full of running at the moment. Lee Harding back in the middle should have made more of that. Just didn't have the skill to execute properly. Had players further up the ground. Makepeace long. Rocker will jump. Thumped away at ground level. Porter. Harris is there also. Chance. He can go long. Unguarded goals where Grant's back down there. Long it is. Cameron and Grant. Thumped away. Cameron with the long arms. Loose ball. Stevens, who's been quiet. No third quarter. And we have a boundary throw in.
Let's go down to the boundary line. Christie.
Michael, another injury concern for Melbourne. Craig Ellis has been on the bench since half-time. They're actually just strapping his ankle now to see whether he's actually able to come back on, but it doesn't look good.
So a lot of space forward to the ball.
Right
Chance for Simpson, standing start. And across goal, bounces over the line. Boundary throw in.
They need the next goal, the Kangaroos.
Definitely at the moment they trail by 10 points. Just under 24 minutes. Ready to come in. Rocker maybe third man up. Porter will contest 2 against 1. Rocker slapped it over to kick it off the ground. Loose ball, Yze to the outer side on that right foot. Good touch. It'll stay in though. Robertson has to come on. Lee Harding should get there first. Didn't keep it in on the full. Robertson, bad option. And in the end, really coughed it up. He should have just gone over the line.
But Steve, there was no assistance from Baird there. They just didn't provide any support at all for his player.
So long it goes. Chance for the Roos, needing a goal. Broadbridge hangs onto it. Member side.
Good poise.
Schwarz is there. Blakey there. Who'll go? Oh, Travis Johnson. Good mark in the end. And the Demons will just hang on to it. It has been all Melbourne. The game has swung again. Funk, quarter play on. Oh! Tripped in the end. Should have been either holding the ball or free to Travis Johnson. Play allowed to go on.
I think if we watch that again, he put the ball down. He should have been penalised.
And in the end, again, the handball execution terrible. Funk handballing to Johnson while he was still...
Yeah, he dropped that.
He should have waited until he was past Pickett before he allowed the ball to go off.
Byron Pickett was fantastic. Now a chance for Grant. Gets out of the tackle. Blakey scrambles it back towards the boundary line. Contest and a boundary throw in.
They just need someone back in the goal square, the Kangaroos. 2-on-1 back there on Glenn Archer.
Marcus Whelan, who has gone on to Anthony Stevens, who had such a good second quarter, has certainly done the business there for the Demons.
Schwarz at the back. Harvey a chance. Through Harris's legs. Melbourne get clear the congestion. Makepeace taken high by Leoncelli. Free kick.
Boy, can this kid play. Troy Makepeace.
Well played by Makepeace. Just slid down in the tackle and was able to get the free kick. Waste no time. Driving kick towards full forward. Archer in the pack at the back. Needs tried to reach over the top. Nicholson can't get it clear. Now Yze hacks it towards the boundary line. It won't get there. Plenty of space.
Oh, no.
Now it's all the Kangaroos. Harding needs to shepherd, and he does. Allows Baird some time. What can he do? Wobbles it inside attacking 50. Morrell can't take it. Porter a chance. He needs to get it to Peckett. Now Grant deep in the pocket. What can he conjure up here? Shannon Grant. He keeps it in only momentarily. Pickett in there. The Melbourne defence are relentless, and they take it over. In fact, it's a ball up right on the boundary line, deep in the left forward pocket.
Shannon Grant just in 2 minds there. Didn't know whether he should have a shot, but looked to centre the ball on that occasion, but no one was at home.
David Schwarz on the ball, doing the ruck work against Porter. Ball comes to the top of the goal square, and it's all Melbourne. Nicholson needs to be clean with his hands. Well, he wasn't, but he got away with it. James McDonald tried to get out away from the Simpson tackle, was taken high. And advantage called. Woden. Probing kick. Teague in front.
So I thought it may have been coming back. Teague with the ball. Can go to Morrell, who's right on 50. Over his head. Porter is a target. Will jump. Loose ball again. Demon players there. Too easy coming out of defence. Yze. Seen that a few times in this quarter, going out wide. Yze with his kick, this time finding his mark. Daniel Ward is the man.
27 possessions, Adem Yze.
He's been outstanding.
10-point lead at the moment to the Demons. 27.5 minutes third quarter. Daniel Ward winds up and into half forward. Players jump. I'm not sure whether Anthony Stevens had his eye on the ball. Loose ball, Robertson, quick kick in. Archer will cut it off. Missed it in the end. Had Simpson in support. Chips in. Clayton has to go. Schwarz there for the Demons. Yze. They get a goal on the side of it. Great kick. And Yze finds his teammate in Thompson. And Scotty Thompson with the responsibility and the chance. 28 minutes third quarter to post a goal just right on three-quarter time.
Do you like Scott Thompson, Steve? Just 19 years of age, but he shows it a lot, doesn't he?
He does. He's really fitted into this lineup, but 8 shots to 2 in this quarter, Melbourne at goal.
And Yze again just finding the ball. Schwarz able to cut it off. Crucial contest just inside the square. Ends up with Thompson. He has to finish. Is he capable? It swings in for a goal. Right on the three-quarter time siren. The D's have another. And Melbourne in that quarter take a 16-point lead into the last break. They managed 5 goals. The Roos stagnated on a single goal, so it's 12-10-82 at three-quarter time. Neil Danaher and his Melbourne boys pretty pleased, 15-8-98.
They'd be delighted with that effort. As you said, Dates, they kicked 5 goals to 1 in that quarter, and certainly all the momentum going their way. But players of the ilk of Yze, Robertson got himself involved in the game. Schwarz continued to work hard, but I think the move of Neitz into defence was the one that really gave him that solid foundation to build from.
Three-quarter time, the Demons by 16 points. Can the Kangaroos come back? Grant almost. Bruce couldn't control it. Burton, clever handball. Pickett draws a player, pops it to Grant, who runs to 50, drives it long to a vacant goal square and kicks a goal for the Kangaroos. Yeah, one of the few good moments for the Kangaroos in that third quarter Shannon Grant goals. We look at the goal kickers, and for the Demons, multiples to Schwarz, Ward and Leoncelli, and Rocker didn't add to his 3 goals in that third quarter for the Kangaroos. Well, it's been a very entertaining game of football, and a remarkable performance really from the Demons, who came away with that third quarter with a 16-point advantage, and one of the key players, Steve, has been Adem Yze.
Yep, 28 possessions, and certainly a driving force behind this Demons outfit. Seven times he's taken it inside their 50, and he's been exceptional, setting up a number of plays.
And he's done a lot of good work in defence too. Chris Yze, he's got back there. He, along with Woden, have been very good players, but they've set it up out of defence in that third quarter.
And for the Kangaroos, Adam Simpson's also been outstanding.
Well, he was a good player. He's you get used to watching Simpson back in the packs like that. He's terrific mark overhead, third man up in a lot of occasions, and certainly he's been instrumental in getting the ball out to a lot of his teammates.
As we'll take a look at player rankings, and Adem Yze back on top. Adam Simpson and Yze have been up in the 1-2 all day. But before the opening bounce of the final quarter, let's go to Christy Malthouse on the boundary line.
Thanks, Michael. Well, Melbourne are going to be 2 men down on the bench heading into this last term. Craig Ellis couldn't even walk out to the huddle in that three-quarter time break. He sat on the bench with his ankle elevated and strapped, looking pretty miserable. Peter Vardy just limped out, and again, he won't take further part in the game either. So it'll be interesting to see how they cope in this last term without 2 extra men.
Well, we're in for a very entertaining final last quarter. The lead has seesawed all afternoon, but at three-quarter time, the Demons find themselves 16 points in front of the Kangaroos. We're underway in the final quarter. White slaps it forward. Simpson taking high free kick. Waste no time. Wobbles it inside attacking 50. Going back Neitz. Drop the mark. Recovers it. Grant Little needs to get it out, and he can't. Good umpiring, letting it go. Eventually, umpire Morris calls for it.
You let that
40
go?
metres from the Kangaroo goal. He certainly did.
Third man in again was Broadbridge. Now, wasn't there a ruling on that? Third man in to a contest. I mean, with a third man over the top of players, rarely will the ball be able to come out loose.
Young Harding has a job on Adem Yze.
White decisively. Bruce, James McDonald needs to be quick. Wobbles it to half forward. Miller. In fact, it's Leoncelli. Has some time. Well played. Kicks around the body. Schwarz takes it on the bounce. Cleverly played. Can he spot an option? Kicks into the pocket. On the lead. Mark taken by Robertson.
Terrific kick.
Now he plays on quickly. He's got a loose player, and he directs it into the path of Nathan Brown. So this will be a blow to the Kangaroos in the early part of this final quarter. And when we look at the overall game, Melbourne have kicked the goal in the first minute of every quarter. We've travelled a minute and a half, so they've spoilt their record if Brown can convert. He comes in and kicked one in the third quarter. Now he's added one in the final quarter.
So first blood to the Demons, a lead out to 22 points. Big ask now. They have to get it out of the middle. They certainly need a goal. Harding, the outside of the right boot, out in front of Sav Rocker, will take it and then hand off. Harvey, can he do something here? Nicholson did well not to commit himself. Harvey has to kick. They need a mark. Jumping in Colbert, nearly a free in the end. Bruce was good to Powell. McDonald out wide. White should mark. Spider's there, but White will mark. So still at half-back, moving it on quickly. Leoncelli, Makepeace. Leoncelli, good from mark. So all Melbourne at the moment, they set it up out of defence in that third, continue to do so. Harding sits back to take a mark. So still at half-back, needing a goal. Digby Morrell will lead, so he's just over wing. Has to get it in quickly. Stop the Demon players getting back. Colbert with a sit. Well done in the end. Off the ground, Colbert. It won't get there. It'll just dribble past the goal square. Plenty of time, Nathan Brown. Excellent player. Hands off. Powell, the left footer. Chips over the top. Yze will take it.
Adem Yze, what a game he's played. Game number 150, 29th possession. He travelled just 4 minutes into this final term. He has Woden. He's been a strong contributor. He's coming up for his 24th possession.
Maybe time for Archer in across half forward for the Roos. That's where they're falling down.
Poor kick. And Makepeace takes a comfortable, uncontested chef's mark. And has Burton, side of the centre square, delivers towards half forward. Rocker on the lead. And one of the few times this afternoon he's been able to get away from Nicholson on the lead.
This?
He can.
Well, this is his distance. Actually, Nicholson has cribbed a long way.
From 60 metres, Rocker loads up and kicks. The distance okay, but well and truly offline. In fact, squeezes it through for a behind.
Now, the umpire should have done better on that occasion. Rocker actually certainly marked that ball just outside 50, and Nicholson was well past the mark without a doubt.
Clever play by Nicholson, though.
Yeah.
Smart defender.
Well, that was a distance in the end because Rocker going for the extra distance tends to send your accuracy off. Yze, after Whelan kicks to him, half-back, Thompson. So they're in the middle of the ground, onto that left foot. Good kick in the end, and standing his ground, Woden. Normally a good user. Green's on the way out to the right of the goals. He'll go back and just hoik it up into the air. Green will wrestle, Archer front. You're asking for Lock Green. Robbins, Stevens, who's been quite neat in firing. Out wide, Colbert on the run.
Colbert in some space, centre wing. Drives it long to half forward. Numbers with the Demons. Standing his ground well is Cameron Bruce.
And this is where they're lacking at the moment. Someone to take a mark, and their option then was Shannon Graham, clearly outnumbered. Archer is one option.
Funky from half-back. High to half forward, going back courageously. Well played by that man, Adam Simpson. He's been outstanding this afternoon. Again, Colbert free. Lopes to centre wing. In front of McCartney, who's now playing up forward, and he's wrestled by Broadbridge over the line.
Just needs a bit more support, Adam Simpson. He's probably their only midfielder that is standing up. He just needs some support by King and Harvey and the likes of those type of players.
Archer picking up Brad Green. Brad Green is dragging him back to the goal square, so that is a plus for Neil Danaher and the Melbourne Footy Club.
Bruce, slick handball, close quarters to Woden, back to Bruce. Wobbles it to half forward in front. Good strong mark taken by Powell. And the kick drops short now. Now this could be reversed.
Well, he was being held on to, so it was
common sense by umpire Woodcock, and Powell with a chance to kick. A goal for the Melbourne side, and if he kicks, this will be Melbourne's biggest lead of the match.
The way it's going, he probably will, and Powell
from 45 metres, drop putt on its way, it's across the face and through for a behind. Margin 22 points in favour of the Demons. We've played 7 minutes in this final quarter. Neil Danaher looks on.
Since half-time, the Roos have only managed 1 goal, 2, so it has dried up, as have the stats for David King. And the ball knocked away again. A lot of pressure, half forward, out of side of the ground. Still in attack for the Demons as White off screen, runs to about 25 from goal. He's in that corridor. And going back to pick him up, Lee Colbert. Best of luck. And you have Burton going in against Schwarz. So if the Demons are able to win this, huge chance to score. At the feet of players, Stevens, that's where he loves it. Burton in trouble. Schwarz slapped out Blakey. Left foot kick, wing it is. Players fly, knocked away from Morrell. Over the back, given away by Powell. Morrell dropped it in the end. Should have been a free. Taking it is Clayton, who's certainly been quiet. Half forward again. Bruce will jump. Well done, McCartney with a fly. Grant, hands off. Chance for Harris. Onto that right foot. Into the air it goes. Harding held. Yze's there. Harding open goal. Finishes.
Kangaroos kicking there. First goal since the 4-minute mark of the third quarter.
Just so important that they start winning it out of the middle. They need players like Brent Harvey to lift. Lee Harding's been good off a wing, who kicked that last goal. Need David King in the game now. At the moment, they're on the back foot.
We just saw the engine room there for Melbourne. 113 possessions to the engine room in North Melbourne. 83. So they're getting smashed there.
Harvey scrambles it forward. Neitz has it. Grant a chance. Good tackle from Bruce. Ball in dispute. Broadbridge tries to crash his way through. Can't bounce.
And players like Shannon Grant certainly a lot quieter in that third quarter.
You just feel that this might be the Kangaroos' last onslaught here. Their last effort at trying to win this game.
Well, they kicked the last goal, and that is the best form of confidence at the moment.
Leoncelli from the pack after Burton won it down into the path. Make peace. Tried to do a little bit too much, but he's got support. Baird needs to stay composed. Baird, he does. Squirts it out to Stevens. Loose player at half forward. Morrell. He loads up. Kicks inside, attacking 50. Bruce over the top. Can't take the mark. Should have punched. Comes to Clayton. The dangerous Clayton. Kicks goalward. And kicks a goal for the Kangaroos.
So two goals to the Roos. The last two goals of this game. Burton slaps it down. Harris. Funny old kick. Burton slaps it forward. D's with their back to goal. Slapped out. Wrapped up. Thompson. Loose ball. Clayton. Kick it quickly. They need a mark. Rocker. Good use of the body. Rocker. Left foot. Rocker. It's kicked A. Point. Nothing in that kick. It's back to 9 points. What a game. The Roos 96. 105 Demons. 28,625 people have come to the G this afternoon. Pretty good game of footy.
And the value of just keeping the ball going on your way. The Kangaroos just bashed and crashed it, kept it going forward. It created an opportunity for Severio Rocker, who just missed the goal.
Woden. Can the Demons hang on? Long kick. Morrell gets it forward. Harris has been important. Now a chance for Harding. He runs to 40 and kicks another behind. Oh. Well, they've had their chances. They're being wasteful. Margin back to 8 points.
They've actually been inside their forward 50, 47 to Melbourne 45.
Woden to bring it in.
Well, scoring shots 25 to Melbourne, 27 to the Kangaroos.
So momentum has swung into the favour of the Roos. 12 minutes last quarter. Plenty of football. Neitz is waiting out wide. Standing start. Rocker will jump and mark. Has to bang it in quickly. Clayton's lurking down there. Pickett's back in the goal square. He'll wind up. Torp, it is off the boot. Spider, where are you? McCartney will jump. Loose ball. Stevens. 1 point. So chances go begging for the Roos. If there's anything, the signs are good at the moment. Certainly they're the ones scoring.
They've missed their last 3 attempts at goal.
And all gettable, Steve.
All gettable.
So Melbourne defence is under siege. Inside 50, 9-3 in this final quarter. Thompson still inside defensive 50. Kick out wide. Stevens made a contest and got away with it. Courageous play. He ties it up. Comes out Broadbridge. Well played. Now a chance for Powell. Kick along the wing. Ward. Melbourne. Can they respond? Wobbles it inside attacking 50. Baird. Oh, he should have marked. He fisted instead. And boundary throw in.
Listen, probably should have marked on that occasion, but at least he's forced the ball over the boundary line.
So the Demons into attack. They lead by 7 points. 13 minutes in, final term. It's been a great game of football here at the MCG. Burton takes it out. Handball, trying to get it to Simpson. He does. And Simpson walks with a couple of Melbourne players hanging on over the boundary line. So, Melbourne deep in their forward attacking zone. Schwarz and Burton. Burton takes it. Colbert can't work his way through the pack. Schwarz again, picked the ball out of nowhere. Tackled by Harris, bounce.
They just need to be aware of David Schwarz here. Generally pulls the ball out of the ruck contest. They just need to be aware of him.
Travis Johnstone waiting to come back on. Been a good player this afternoon. Colbert scrambles it out of the congestion. Stevens, tackled by Yze, was clever. Regains the ball. Whelan, hard up against the line. He walks it over. And boundary thrown between wing and half forward for the Demons. You can see the time clock, 9 minutes 59 remaining.
31 possessions, Adem Yze. Travis Johnstone
Simpson
back on the ground.
Third man up again. Powell, Funky, confronted by Pickett. Yze fighting hard, but weighted numbers wins out for the Kangaroos. A little fumble from Makepeace was costly, and a bounce.
So the Roos have been able to push this between wing and half forward out of side of the ground. 15 minutes just over last quarter. Dennis Pagan and his boys have certainly worked their way back into this game. Every chance at the moment. It's a 7-point lead. 14-14 Roos, 16-9, 105 Demons. Spider away from goal. Loose ball will come down. James McDonald. Harvey does enough. Dribbles it out. Stevens stole it. Half forward it is. McCartney. Well done. Controlled it. Bombs it in long. Into the air it goes. Digby Morrell will go right back there. Will take a mark. So the D's do well. They will switch. Neats chance for a bit of run. Neats no one to kick to. Will go back from where it came. White will take it.
Gee, Steve, Melbourne players had to run to this open side of the ground, but no one made the effort to run across and gives Neats a target.
So he has to move it on wide. In short, and the sliding mark. Demons retain it. Is Woden. So the Roos able to keep the Demons pretty predictable with this passage.
They've slowed it down, the Kangaroos, making it difficult for the Demons.
So Woden has to move it on. They're better off having no one on the mark, the Roos. It means the player will push his way forward.
Great tackle.
Holding the ball, no. Harris, who has been good, with some clever touches in close, and we have a ball up half forward Roos.
The Dakes, I just sense Melbourne have just gone into their shell a bit. There's only 16 minutes played final term. They need to kick goals if they're going to win this game.
Well, they have closed the game up, as Sos has been saying, so to their credit, and that's where they're very good at. Again, Schwarz took it and tried to pull his way clear. Should have been paid against him. Now, if a player takes it on or takes it upon himself to take it and try and shrug tackles and push players away, he should be penalised. And here he is. Harris stole it. Loose ball. Chance for the Roos. Quick kick. King. Tap it on. Stevens put the body in once again. Woden around the corner. Nothing in the game. Players have to fly. Makepeace did. Harvey over the top. Burton. Handballs on. Harvey. Funny old kick. Drop short. Clayton will mark. Still 70 from home. Players in the middle. Clayton will just set it up. Rocker will jump. Shannon Grant nearly marked it. Trouble now as Brown sends the Demons into attack.
High kick beyond the centre. Coming out almost a good mark. It's been paid. Well played, Robertson. Off to Leoncelli. He drives it deep into the pocket. Green fist from Archer. Strong play. And the boundary throw in.
Just a couple of matchups. Nicholson is now picking up McCartney, and Neats is picking up Rocker.
Great mark, Russell Robertson. Commits every time when the ball is in the air.
Archer on Brad Green.
Melbourne half forward at the back. It's all the Kangaroos. Colbert Kicks in front of Clayton. Good fist from Whelan, but Clayton equal to the task. He can't get round Ward. Concedes ground to Blakey. Kick around the body, or Melbourne. Almost a clever mark taken by Funky, but Pickett at ground level. Releases King, who just wobbles it inside, attacking 50 into the path of Harding. Can he control it? He slips over at the wrong time. He gets to his feet. He's got some zip. Kicks it, goal. He misses.
He's exciting.
They've wasted some opportunities, the Kangaroos.
And two Melbourne players going to ground really in the end. They should have just sat over the top of him.
One straight kick in it.
Chances go a-begging at the moment.
Good effort by Neitz to tackle there.
And not far away with that shot at goal. Harding. Travis Johnson, who is on the ground, fresh legs, started the game on the bench. They will go in long, have the numbers. Neitz should have marked it. Morrell does well. Wrapped up in the end. And boy, you'd have to be a brave umpire to give it free in that situation.
Super effort by Morrell. It was against 3 Melbourne opponents and kept the ball in their forward 50.
Interesting. Players sitting well back from goal at the moment, well up the ground, so space there for the Roos. They're good in close, and again we have a ball up. 55 from their goal, and at the moment the only man inside 50 is Brad Green at the other end for the Demons. Russell Robertson across half forward, everyone else pushing back, so that may work in the Kangaroos' favour. Even if Melbourne win it, Morrell will slap it forward, running onto it, Brett Harvey. Go Brent, he's kept it in front of himself and misses. He did all the hard work in the end, pushed it to within a scoring position, and again not able to finish off. It's a 5-point ball game, 20 minutes last quarter.
Kangaroos finishing all over the top of Melbourne, but can't find the big opening. Big long kick. Simpson, handball, was poor in the end. Yze squirts it out wide towards the boundary line. Ward, Colbert. Boundary throw in.
Super game. Great contest.
And with Neitz dropping back inside 50, Jeff White sitting back about 25 from goal. Kicks. Kangaroos certainly have controlled at 41, playing 30.
Schwarz gains 45, now 50 metres for his side. King's first there. Deft kick gets to Colbert. Kangaroos.
Bed across
just
the
been
ground.
dominant. He ignores that. Drives it long towards half forward. Burton in front. Rocker from the back. Can't take it. Harris front and square. Wobbles it inside. Attacking 50. Hardy's got pace. He dribbles it goal wide. Oh! He's hit the post.
Oh, no.
He's hit the post. Well, he is an excitement machine. Behind only to the Kangaroos.
Oh, there was nothing in that.
The padding on the post dates.
Oh, and you probably spotted the 5-minute warning on screen.
What really will hurt the Kangaroos if Melbourne take it up the other end and kick a goal could zap their confidence.
So out wide, Brown, the right footer on his left. Woden has to trap it. Does. He's wrapped up and lost it. No free in the end, no free kick being paid. And if anything, they've been consistent with it. But he took possession inside 50. It is all the Kangaroos. But at the moment, not able to get their nose in front, not far away. Ball thrown in, Burton down, Makepeace. And Leoncelli. Roos calling for an on the full, possibly.
Now inside the last 5 minutes, and as you can see, the time clock on your screen, that's how much time has elapsed in this final quarter. 22 minutes. We don't know how long there is to go. Burton, Makepeace, underground handball, gets to Harvey. Kick around the body, inside attacking 50. Nicholson, now a chance for Morrell. Has McCartney in support, and well picked up Dakes. Free kick to Melbourne.
Yeah, good tackle in the end. Morrell was looking to a player in support to hand off away from goal. And Cameron Bruce has been a super player, Sauce, in this game. So Bruce to take it. Will go in long. Time starting to run down. Burton from behind has to slap it back at ground level. Powell into the air, knocked forward again was Adam Simpson. Very close to best player on the ground. Honours maybe shared with Adem Yze, Neil Danaher, Brian Royal. biting nails, taking drinks, sweating up a storm at the moment. At the moment going defensive. Stevens ducks his head. Trying to carry the ball, no free. Slapped out. King has to win it. James McDonald did well. To White at his feet, and it's a free. So in the context of this last quarter, too soft that free kick. May have been there, but there's a lot of players that have missed out. James McDonald comes up with it. Just under 24 minutes. It's a 4-point ball game. They will go in long. Schwarz a target. Could have been a free. Colbert marks.
He's been good in this last quarter, Colbert.
Well, he's been up forward and down back now.
Burton will mark. There's smack bang in the middle. Hands off. Harding the runner. Will go short. Simpson strong. Strong mark. Long way from goal. 55 out. Rocker's back in the square. Winds up and goes in. They need a mark. Has the set. Rocker's got it. Rocker has got it right on the death knock. And we have a 4-point ball game. And Sam Rocker, not unlike his brother last night, with the opportunity to give the lead to his team, has been starved of opportunities, has 3 goals and a clear chance to be the leading scorer on this ground. 105 Melbourne, 101 Roos. Sam Rocker finishes. Goal number 4, the Roos have the lead. So 4 goals to Sam Rocker and Dennis Pagan's boys. A Houdiniac once more, and that man Lee Harding, terrific last quarter. And Adam Simpson again strong.
Kicked the last 3 goals, the Roos, and that goal actually breaks the streak of 6 straight behinds.
So can the Demons respond? They trail by 2 points. Not long left. We're inside the 5-minute warning. We're well inside the 5-minute warning. And another ball up.
Take a bow, Adam Simpson. Adam Simpson is in everything. Backing back, taking marks, kicking goals, setting up players, and again, body over the ball. And really, he just played an all-round game.
Ineffective ruck play. Bruce slaps it forward. Brown can't control. Leoncelli can. Kicks inside, attacking 50. Ball bouncing. Archer and Green. Comes to Schwarz. He's deep in the pocket. He snaps around the body and misses everything. So, Kangaroo free kick, 26 minutes in. Won't be a long quarter, you wouldn't think. Only 4 goals have been kicked.
2 cliffhangers in the last couple of weeks, the Demons.
So, John Baird to take it. Baird out of the back pocket, members side. And if anyone's good at protecting leads, Dennis Pagan's boys are pretty good. Slap back in, well done. Adam Simpson at ground level, took it and kicked around the body. Danger, James McDonald, hands off, Powell on that right foot to the square. They need a mark. Oh, Yze! And we are down to the wire. Oh! It has gone on week after week, and we have won right down to the wire.
Sit down, Dates.
Oh, I can't. I've got cramp. I don't know whether it's cramp at the tongue or cramp at the legs, but Adem Yze with a chance has played a fine game. Fitting finishes. Demons have their nose in front. What a game. What a game. 2 goals to Yze. 4-point lead to the Demons.
34th possession for Adem Yze. And what a game has he played. Crucial goal. Great kick by Powell there to the top of the square.
3rd man up. What a great mark under pressure.
They've got to stack their back half now, the Demons.
Well, what a game. What a climax. This game has given us everything. The lead has seesawed all day. And right on the death knell, we've played 28 minutes nearly. Melbourne are in front. Chance for the Kangaroos. Little fumble. Comes towards Morrell. His handball ineffective. Broadbridge. Now Ward. Melbourne into attack. In front, Robertson. Baird the fist. Colbert has been good. Good tackle. Baird. Kick towards the wing. Contest. Simpson has been fantastic. He marks. There's still time if the Kangaroos are He kicks towards half forward. Rocker on the lead, but Neats over the top. What a relieving mark by the captain. Kicks across the ground. Leoncelli. We're inside the 5-minute warning. We don't know how long is left. We've played 28.5 minutes. Short kick Schwarz. And he'll slow it down, David Schwarz. Loose player.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Loose player is Broadbridge. Kangaroos are not picking their play. There's the siren. Melbourne have won. What a dramatic victory. They went down by 3 points after the siren last week against the Dockers. But today, they're victors by 2 points, by 4 points over the Kangaroos in what's been an epic game of AFL football.
Super game by the Demons, super game by the Kangaroos. Really, you've got to take your hat off to both these footy clubs. They gave their all. Obviously, the Demons have come out in front, Dakes, and well, Yze, what a game he played. 34 possessions, kicking the winning goal at the end of this game. Neil Danaher be a relief man after last week's loss. But you've got to take your hats off to the Kangaroos also, who persisted all day. Unlucky losers, but what a tremendous result for the Demons.
Oh, unbelievable performance. Going down the road trip last week to Perth, and to be able to come back and win today, it says volumes for where Melbourne Football Club is at the moment.
Well, both of these teams at different periods of this game really look like going ahead and taking control, and full credit to the opposition are able to hit back. Dennis Pagan in the end, I don't know whether there's a lot that can be said. They go down by 4 points in the end, and the most important thing is 4 points is lost. But you can take a lot of heart at how a lot of his youngsters, Lee Harding comes to mind about the way he went about his football. But the individual efforts, when the game gets as close as it did, it's about individual efforts sometimes. You had at one end Adam Simpson for the Roos.
Well, Adam, how was your heart when you were taking a last shot at goal?
Yeah, I was actually really nervous. Had mixed feelings. Wiz had done it to us last week, so yeah, it's a bit ironic. On my 150th, I got to kick the winning goal, so yeah, it was great.
The team was never going to let that game go after what happened last week, were you?
Oh, we needed this one. We set ourselves for this game. We met before the game over at the Hilton, and we really put a big emphasis on having a real hard crack today, so it's a big game for us, and now hopefully we should be back in the top 4.
Now, in your milestone game, I mean, it was over 34 possessions, 2 goals, 7 marks. I mean, you were just eating everything today. Yeah,
I actually needed to get a kick. I've been shocking for the last couple of weeks, so yeah, it was good to get amongst it, but no, everyone had a crack today. It wasn't just me.
Well, everyone's wrapped. Well done, Michael.
Adem Yze, what a game in his 150th. He kicked the winning goal. Melbourne over the line by 4 points here at the MCG. What a fantastic win by Melbourne. Come from behind victory. They trailed by 11 points, as you can see, at half-time, and then they hit the front at the final equation. It was a great performance by the Melbourne side, having really looked as though in the last couple of minutes as though they may have thrown the game away. Goal kickers were multiples to Schwarz, Ward, Yze and Brown for the victors. And Sav Rocker kicked 4 for the Kangaroos, and strong contributions from Clayton and Pickett. So, and the single goal kickers over the page. But a great performance by the Melbourne side this afternoon. As I said, they trailed by 11 points at the long break. But to come back and win, Dakes, it was fairly dramatic, particularly after
they lost that after the siren game last week against the Dockers.
Well, look, they showed a lot of character in the end, and I think the thing that stands out in my mind, Chris, 58 scoring shots in the game.
And what about Adem Yze?
Well, you don't like to individualise, but let's face it, he won the game in the end and kicked a few goals. He was certainly the instigator or the initiator in a lot of the moves forward.
And we see some vision there of Jeff White, who is also a very, very good player. Going back, hasn't kicked a goal all year, but that was an important goal for Jeff White. And he was an outstanding player in the ruck all day for the Melbourne side.
Well, look, we can, as I made mention, we can individualise about some good performances, and in the end, a couple of the moves after half-time, Neat certainly helped, and Marcus Whelan onto Anthony Stevens.
And let's have a look at some of the exploits of Adem Yze in game number 150. He was really outstanding today for the Demons.
Well, he was a fine player, and Yze, as a supplier or as a finisher, on this occasion a finisher in the early part of the game, and if you want to try to start dissecting the game, they kicked 7 in the first quarter and really did start to set up this game. But look, a fine game, good mark in the end. He's terrific overhead. He's got a fantastic balance to his game.
Well, one of the other very good players for the Melbourne side today was Shane Woden, and he's in the Melbourne rooms with Christy Malthouse. Christy.
Thanks, Michael. Well, Shane, what a great win. That's 2 heart-stoppers in a row. This one just slightly better.
Yes, I've got the 4 points this time, but yeah, I've had enough of these heart-stoppers. I much prefer to win by a bit more, but the boys' credit then, we were facing a challenge right at the end then, got behind there, but, you know, Adem Yze, great mark. I think he had a great game as well, and he pulled near on best on ground and slotted the goal and sealed it, so it's a great feeling.
Do you think you probably learned a little bit from last week then?
I think so. I think, you know, you hold a lead for, you know, most of the last quarter last week, and just to be pipped at the post is quite disappointing. But today we come out and, as a group, as a team together, really lifted and you know, forced. We knew the Kangaroos would be tough, and to the boys' credit, you know, got away with a win, and we're pleased with that.
So how important is it to win games like that? Because I mean, it really builds character, doesn't it?
It really does. You know, it builds a real bond between the group, and you know, it's more important to get the 4 points and go 6-3, and continue a good start for the season. And you know, 4 behind there, we're 5-4, and you know, probably slipping out of the 8. So it's really important we stay in the top 4.
Great. Thanks, Shane. Good game for you too.
Thanks, Chris.
Michael.
Shane Woden back to his Brownlow medal-winning form, and Dakes, the Kangaroos did have their chances in that final quarter.
Well, they did, I suppose. 32 scoring shots, playing 26, and one of the culprits, and I made mention of Lee Harding's game, 1 goal 5, Rocker missing. Lee Harding, as I said, 1 goal 5 in the end, and 1 just shaving the post in the end. It was a nail-biter, and this may have been it. He dribbled it. That one just went wide. But look, at a lot of opportunity. Brent Harvey, and it's a little bit hard to go with the players, but they did the hard work, got into a scoring position and weren't able to finish.
Well, we'll be back to wrap up the Demons by 4 points here at the MCG.